Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as we always do. We try to give you the best of the best. We try to give you the best of the best, and that's what we aim for. That's our position here at The Morning Glow at DK Media Group and Associates. And I want to let you know that we got something going forward. We got a sponsorship package going forward. And I want to get all that information and the details to you on the sponsorship package where you can sponsor different elements of the Morning Glow, Real Men Being Men, and primarily all of the shows that we have here. You can actually show your support by coming on board and sponsoring these particular shows. And so, yeah, that's one of the things that we're working on here at DKM Media Group and Associates. DKM Media Group and Associates. And we have with us this morning. This is my brother from another mother, but we got the same father. This is Captain Leonard. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem. Good morning, Glow fam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, we got a topic this morning, Leonard, and I'm gonna do something different with this topic because in reading it, a lot of time, we twist things a certain way when we do things, and so
Okay.
and so when we get more people on board with us this morning, I'm gonna ask this question of everybody, and I want to know what lane they're gonna stay in, and we're gonna talk about that amongst ourselves in the lane that we pick for ourselves, and so I'm gonna tell you what the topic is. The topic is this: Do people sometimes, Leonard? Do people sometimes get stuck on stupid?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
But yeah.
okay. We're not gonna go into it right now. We're gonna wait till we get a little more people here. But I want you to pick what lane, a lane where you think people sometimes get stuck on stupid, and we're gonna talk to you from your lane, and we're gonna merge a little bit. We're gonna be like that traffic jam they have here in Atlanta. We're gonna jump around in each other's lane and just talk about it from that element. But I know a lot of places, man, why people just get stuck on stupid, man. They just, whew, people could be something. People can be something. But Leonard, let me ask you a question. And you and I, and like I said, we always start the conversation off. A lot of times we start off with the political ring. We're gonna do something different this morning. Um, Leonard, what has and I know, man, you don't really know because we ain't out there. So just preface it by saying that. But Leonard, what has changed in this whole dating thing that they're doing today, man? They got all these crazy dating apps and they got all the dating services. They got people and the reason why I was looking at something yesterday. DBL, I think that's the name of the show. And the lady asked a question. She said, "Well, all these dating services that's out there," she said, "What is the difference in you going out on a date, paying for the date, paying for the movie, paying for the meal, or if you just go out there and just say, 'Look here, girl, I want this, give me this, here your money go,' and go your own way." Her argument was there is no difference because all of it is prostitution because you get money. Either way you go, you're getting money. The one guy, the black guy, he tried, no, that's not what it is. It's not what it is. It's just that, he tried to have the political correct answer. She went to the other lady and she said, well, she kind of waved the fence a little bit, went to the white guy. The white guy said, that's what it is. He said, it's just prostitution. It's just a different form of prostitution. Because he said, if you go out there on a date and you expect for the man to pay for the meal, you expect him to pay for the movie, you expect him to pay, have his card and pay for the gas that it's going to take to get back and forth to you, he's coming out of his pocket deeper than he probably would come out of pocket if he just gave you what you wanted and y'all did what y'all going to do and go on about your business. Leonard, what do you say to that?
That's not true.
Mm-hmm.
It's not true at all. It's the same notion. It's the same notion. So always try to make what you doing okay.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. That's what I thought the black guy was doing.
The only people that have that argument are prostitutes.
Mm. Hold on now. I'm kind of confused as to what side you're standing on. Is there a difference, or you saying there is no difference?
Yes.
There is.
Yes, because in prostitution, I know exactly what I'm purchasing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
That other thing, you out and you paying for what it takes to enjoy yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take a prostitute to dinner. You don't take a prostitute out for a night on the town. You don't care nothing about what a prostitute got to say.
Mm-hmm.
You're buying the sex.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You know, what's the difference? Except only people that don't understand the difference is the people that want every woman to believe they're a prostitute.
But see,
so it makes them feel better.
See, and the black guy, he was actually coming from where you're coming from right now. The white guy was saying, no, there is no difference because I'm paying my money. Either way, I'm paying my money, and either way, I'm having to dig into my pocket, get my money out of my pocket, and finance what it is that I'm doing. He said the end result is there's a hope. He said the end result is that there is a hope that he'll get quote unquote, his terminology, his verbiage was lucky at the end of the day.
But with a prostitute, ain't no hope involved.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Wow. Wow.
Plain and simple as that.
Mm-hmm. I understand what you're saying.
For sex,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, like charging for sex is completely different than dating.
Mm-hmm. What's the difference?
See, up front, I know what the price is. I know exactly what I'm going to get.
Now watch this. Now, what is the difference between a prostitute and a gigolo? Other than
a gigolo is a male prostitute.
Wow. I knew you was gonna go there, but I didn't know you was gonna go directly there just like that. That's good. And so with the gigolo, what he do, same thing a prostitute does. You know, pay for pleasure, basically.
Yes, that's the upfront. You know that. That's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
That's the deal. And really, you don't even need to use the gigolo word. It's he's a male prostitute.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, being politically correct, they call him a gigolo.
Well, being politically correct is often a lie.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I don't care nothing about being politically correct, because usually it's just people misleading and having ambiguous conversations, and no one usually arrives at an actual conclusion to anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, the doctor.
That's why you call politically correct.
And Leonard, the doctor came out of you that time, boy. I'm telling you, the doctor came out of you that time. I'm like, good Lord, the doctor stood up that time.
No, I have a thing with misrepresentation and using words so slick to change wrong into right, or to try to simplify something, or put it in your little narrative.
Yeah, exactly. So my thing is, at the end of the day, Leonard, I'm listening.
If you want to be if you want to be a prostitute, be a prostitute.
Well, then I have no desire to be a prostitute, brother.
I'm just saying, but that's what some people are.
Yeah.
So a woman know what it is. Ask her.
But
a man can call it what he wants.
Let me ask you this though: do you think the young lady, if you pose an argument to a young lady, say, "Look here, I'm gonna come and get you. I'm gonna pick you up in my car. We're gonna go out to dinner, have a nice meal. Gonna go catch a show if they're in New York, Vegas, or somewhere like that. We're gonna Atlanta. We're gonna catch a show, and then we're gonna have a nightcap and stuff like that. Now, what did you really say to her, and what do you think she received from that? That nightcap part.
On a date.
That nightcap part.
We're going on a date. Why wouldn't people who drink have drinks all the time? We're going on a date. That's what that is. It's a date to do just that.
See, Leonard, you're making it out to be so innocent.
I mean, what's so bad about it?
No, there's nothing bad, because my thing is, and this is my stance on it. My thing is, there's nothing bad about it if there's two consensual adults doing whatever they do, doing what adults decide to do along those in the parameter of that. There's nothing bad about it.
Then why didn't you say have sex?
Well, sometime again, I'm going back to what you don't like, that politically correct answer. A lot of time, politically correct, they don't want to say, they don't want to use that verbiage. They don't want to just come out and say, "Girl, I'm coming to get you. We're gonna lay it down. We're gonna do what we can do. Bam! Let's make it happen." They don't want to say that.
Oh yeah, if that's what I'm trying to get, that's straight how I'm coming at you.
Then you're gonna get turned down more than often, brother.
No, I mean it's not a matter of losing anything. I can't lose nothing.
If you come at that woman,
The thing.
tell me I'm coming to get you, and I just, only thing I want to do, I want to, lay you down, and then no, man, that ain't gonna work, brother. Your
You
approach
better
got to be a
check out
little.
what these people doing in text messages and listen to how they talk to one another.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't. I mean, why would you mess around or something like that? Why would you mislead someone or anything? People are usually upfront. What people are looking for is honesty.
Do you remember? Naturally, I knew you remember the Cosby Show, but do you remember when
Hmm.
Vanessa was dating Vladimir, or whatever? I think his name was Vladimir, the African guy that worked at the janitor,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
and she brought him home to meet Claire and Cliff. They bumped heads. The situation was all over the place. Cliff took him into the kitchen. He said, "Look at here, man." He said, "Let me talk to you for a second." He said, "I'm not gonna say I don't like you." He said, "I don't know you to like you or not like you." He said, "So I'm not gonna say that I don't like you." He said, "But what I'm gonna tell you is this." He said, "The presentation, how you presented to me, is what I don't like." He said, "You could be sitting right here as a banker, a major banker, and I still wouldn't like you." And then Clip went on to the description about what's your favorite meal, the guy said, "Well, I love a nice steak." He said, Clip said, "Good, good, good. What you like with your steak?" He said, "Man, I like that nice baked potato with the chives and all the little sour cream and chives and all that stuff on top of it." Clip said, "That's good." He said, "That's all you like with it?" He said, "No, no, no." He said, "No, I like them little round green peas." He said, "Okay." He said, "Okay, oh, okay, so I'm gonna make it the way that you like it, exactly the way that you like it." He said, "That's your meal for the day." He said, "So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna go into the kitchen. I'm gonna take the trash can lid off the trash can, turn it upside down, and put your meal on there and bring it to you." Black, wait a minute, man. Hold on. No. Eclipse said, "See, that's what it is." He said, "It's a perfect meal, but the presentation of it being on that trash can lid destroyed everything." He said, "You came to me on the trash can lid." And so that was so, I love that, the way that he did that. But I told you that story, Leonard, to say it's the presentation. If you go up to this young lady and you say, "Look, I'm coming to get you, take you to my house, I'm gonna lay you down, do what I do, take you back home." That presentation is on the trash can lid, Leonard. But if you say, "Look, I want to come and get you. We're gonna hang out, we're gonna have a good time, we're gonna go blah blah blah, we're gonna blah blah, and we're gonna blah blah, and then at the end of the night, I go to your place, you go to mine, or whatever. We'll just have a nightcap." That presentation might be a little better. You may get a little better with that presentation, but I do understand what you're saying. Straightforward. Sometimes it is the best approach, but I don't know if it's in this instance right here, Leonard.
I mean, I don't. Whatever you like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever you like, you can have. I'm
Mm-hmm.
that type of person.
Mm-hmm.
I get what I want.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't mess around. I don't play no game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like misunderstandings.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I don't have these issues with women talking about, well, he did this to me and he did that to me. No, you know exactly what I'm going to do to you.
Mm-hmm. It's all it's all planned out.
Oh, most definitely.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that goes right back into, and we're gonna switch gears again before we get to the, like I said, I'm waiting on a few other people to come on board with it before I jump into the topic. But what do you think, Leonard, about that situation with Comer in New York?
You mean Como?
Yeah, Como. What the name is? I gotta go country when I say that. What the name is?
Andrew Cuomo.
Cuomo. Yeah, that what the name is. Hey, I'll butcher a name in a minute, brother. I will butcher a name in a minute.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Good morning, Rico. What do you think? Is he in hot water, man?
No. Well, I mean, from a social point of view,
Mm-hmm.
but from the little bit I know about it and heard about it, it's a bunch of foolishness.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I ask you a question, you offended. Really, anybody can pick any question
Mm-hmm.
and turn it how they want to turn it.
Mm-hmm.
So if we was just sitting up talking and I cracked a joke and you got offended, so now I don't deserve to have my job as governor, none of that anymore
Mm-hmm.
because you didn't like my joke.
Wow. But what about the sexual harassment part, though, Leonard? What about that part? What about?
I'm saying, like I say, I don't know enough about it. Now, if there was some more sexual harassment, I don't know.
Yeah, one lady said he grabbed the face and had a picture.
Well,
they had a picture.
Two instances, right?
Yeah, three.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
three now.
I mean, what were they?
One of them was the young lady. She actually said it was at a party at a gathering. And Rico may know a lot about this as well. Talking about how you say the dude named Cuomo, or how you say it?
Cuomo.
Yeah. Say that he actually they was at a function together, and she had a picture of him holding both sides of her face. And she said he asked, could he kiss her? And she reported that to some people. Some other stuff happened. Say that he made advancements to this lady, touching her legs and all kind of stuff. And people are coming. 3 people has come forward already, saying that he did different things to them. I don't know what is the difference between what they're saying he did, and the Republicans are going after him so hard, and what Trump did. So maybe Rico, you can help me understand what. And good morning, sir. What is the difference?
Grand Rising, y'all. The difference is he's a Democrat and Trump is a Republican, and
yeah,
it's always been a double standard. I mean, we look at the bailout, the stimulus packages, who they are willing to bail out and who they are not willing to bail out. The Democrats are always willing to compromise, and the Republicans just say, no, when it comes to the little man, we don't want to give them nothing. And that's been historical for them to not want to look for the most vulnerable person.
Of sexual assault.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think that's the charge on Trump: sexual assault. He actually raped someone.
Wow.
And not only, like I said,
the girl was underage.
Yeah.
He immediately came out and said that he
just. It's something else, I think. But like I said, I don't know the details, enough to really discuss it. Other than I heard that one of the issues was related to him making a joke about eating a hot dog or something.
Wow. That's
I'm completely against sexual assault. So if he's guilty, they need to charge him.
Exactly. Hold on for a minute, Leonard. Go ahead, Rico.
Think about it. He admittedly did stuff. I mean, he was on the bus with the Bush boy. Talking about walked up and kissed women. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, only thing he did different than Bill Cosby was he didn't slip him a Mickey. When you got somebody admittedly done it, but I guess the difference is too is that with Cuomo, you got people within his party, within people that supported him for it. So that's a big difference because you didn't have too many people from Trump's inner circle coming forward like that. You had the stripper, the porn star, whatever, she came forward. But I mean, and that was just for really having an illicit relationship. That was pretty much to damage him socially. But this is another situation where you really truly just have to wait for it to play out because you have so many situations where you have other sources in the background pulling strings and manipulating information to the point ain't no telling what might come out in the end. It might be a whole different agenda on a group of people to make some things sound worse than they are, and whatever's coming forward, it looks suspicious. Like how many pictures they made Joe look like a child molester.
And
suspicious to this day still. I mean, I ain't gonna been a couple of things I've seen Joe did with children. Even Jeff Sessions, I don't like Jeff Sessions, but when his grandchild was around, Joe did some extra favorable stuff to children. I'm like, man, come on, Joe. You can't be doing like that, man. You don't even know these people's children like that.
Yeah.
So anything can look suspicious. If if you're too comfortable or don't hold your boundaries like you should.
Exactly. And I'm real curious, Leonard, as to how Bush, when he reported the story, he got fired and nothing happened to Trump. And he was the one that actually made the statement that he would do this, he would do that. How you gonna fire this man for being a reporter and reporting and nothing happened to the one that made the statement, Leonard?
Well, I mean, everybody got their power to do certain things. It's not, there's so much involved with an accusation, an allegation, a charge, and a conviction. Now, if you're just making an accusation, and see, my only problem with this, and because I don't know, a lot about the issue, issue. If we normally greet each other with hugs and kisses on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, what's different about Friday?
Yeah, absolutely.
You go to church, you like say, look, church for instance, hugs and kisses. We do it all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to assault you or anything.
Exactly.
So, you know, if things are casual and some, I don't believe things should be this casual in the workplace. I don't trust women that way. And I don't give them any opportunity.
Yeah.
I wouldn't compliment them anymore or anything. I would treat them just like men.
Yep. And see, and that's the thing, Leonard, because we've had people that say that we was all here in the studio together, they've never felt uncomfortable with you and I being here with them at the same time, because we don't do all that extra stuff and all this talking and complimenting. We ain't doing all that. Look at you, just like one of the guys. That's what you are. You like,
and you know, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't always used to be this way because I never, you know, have ill intentions with anyone. So I would, if I love those shoes, I wouldn't even do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a nice dress. I will keep it to myself.
Yep. And that's bad, man, that you can't even compliment nobody because you don't know what the repercussions, or whether there's going to be repercussions on you just being generous. You just, you know, giving them a compliment.
Exactly.
You know, but you don't know what's going to come out of it, man. You know that, oh, you made me feel uncomfortable. How? I gave you a compliment. You had a nice dress on. I didn't say nothing about your structure. I didn't say nothing about, you know, how you look in the dress and all that. I say you had a nice dress on. Why is that? Why did that make you uncomfortable?
Right. I mean, I don't even get into it like that, man. I mean, it's just not my thing. It never has been. I don't want you if you don't want me. Matter of fact, I didn't even like touching people, period. Because I know the lies people will tell on.
Yep, exactly.
So I'd rather you just not touch me, period.
Yep. Be across the room and just get a head nod and leave it right there. Hey, how you doing? Rico,
I don't want to be alone with them in rooms.
No.
None of that.
And that's why, and that's why a lot of times, Leonard, people say, man, why you leave the door open? If I'm in the studio and there's a middle young lady in the studio together, I leave the door open. I always leave the door open. I don't close the door. And then if they try to close the door, leave the door alone. Leave it open. Because, Rico, is so many different things that a person could say if their door is closed. They can say, well, it was it. No. You leave that door open. Anybody can walk in and out of this room anytime they want to, because ain't nothing going on. Leave the door open.
And what we need to teach young men, you put your life at risk.
Yep.
By fooling with women like this.
Exactly. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, you got to put your thinking cap on, because I think we was talking about this day before yesterday. I was telling you about a conversation I had with a woman about how she was saying a man should carry himself if he's confident in certain things. And I'm like, I said, because I know if I did that, I expose myself, it might come across some women that I don't want attention from.
Yep.
Nothing worse than getting attention from a woman you don't want attention from. And then all of a sudden she accusing you of being gay or being homosexual or being a virgin or whatever because you don't like her.
Yep.
You know, but see, the thing is, a lot of women think that just because they are a woman, that a man will come for them.
Yep.
Some men don't have standards. So then you take the notion of flattery. It confuse a compliment with making a pass because they feel flattered. Okay, like the dress I got on. That don't mean he like you. That mean that might be a nice dress. But see, they might that is, he think I look good in this dress. So now if you look good in the dress, you know, all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, she's starting to feel a little kind of way because you gave her that compliment. So you have to be very mindful of how you compliment people, how you address people, because you don't want anything to be misinterpreted the wrong way.
And let me say this to you, and also, this is another side of that coin. You got to be real careful if somebody come towards you or try to make an advance, how you put them down, how you reject them, because if you reject them And if they feel like slighted in any kind of way, man, they'll flip that thing on you, Rico. Boy, look at him. They'll flip that thing. You reject now, I just looked at me and you as being cool. I don't want to,
I told you, man, they'll call you gay and everything, man. You know what I'm saying? They'll put it out there on you just because you ain't attracted to them. It's like, okay, what about my standards?
Yeah,
exactly. Am I supposed to be turned on by what I like?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so it's just a stereotype that people have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? We have to be very careful how we approach people, period.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And see, and that's the thing, man. If you reject them in a way and they feel rejected, man, they'll flip that whole switch on you, man. You did.
Like I say, that's why you have to be very careful. And it's not. I don't care. See, that's what I'm always guarded against. I don't care how you feel. No, thank you. At that point, I'm asserting my authority.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Now you can try it again, and you're gonna get the report.
Yep.
But I don't told you no, thank you.
Let's see. I'm just saying, man. A lot of times, Rico, it really can. That could flip on you, man. That could flip on you fast. Not and you ain't doing anything. You just not attracted to that person. That's not who you want to be with. I don't, man. You like a sister to me. No, I don't. You like a sister to me. I love and I respect you as a sister. Nothing else. I'm not trying to. No. And then they, what's wrong with me? Blah blah blah. Before you know it, now you done
did. You talking too much.
Huh?
You talking too much.
That's too much.
That's way too. What did I say?
No, and that's it.
Because I don't need to be sitting somewhere in a deposition where I felt like. Well, I don't care what you felt like. I told you no, thank you.
Wow.
You know what, Raheem?
Yes, sir.
I could take that back, that same scenario, and take that back to Cuomo, Trump, or anybody in a position of power when it shows you how pressure works. That person that may be approached, that may misinterpret that compliment, will refuse to correct that person, even if they are right about the approach, because of the pressure of them being in power, the chance that they may lose their opportunity or access to that that they're in. I mean, because people love being 6 degrees separated from the top dog. They like that access and that opportunity to be able to be somebody or to be around somebody. I got a high school classmate that took a picture with Joe Biden in the Pentagon last week. You know what I'm saying? And so she didn't meet him personally. She was just the soldier that was standing guard at the door, which that is awesome. But you take something like that will make some people a memory for a lifetime for some people.
Yeah.
But that importance of that person. So now you take the governor of New York. You know what I'm saying? He's saying something out the way to you, inappropriate. But you don't want to lose your authority or your position. So that pressure plays a lot in the innocence and the guilt of that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, actually, the person in charge has to make sure they're not coming off like they're putting pressure on somebody or flirting with somebody and they got to accept something they're uncomfortable with. But it shows you that a lot of people will settle and be quiet. Now, I can imagine what Kellyanne Conway went through.
Yeah, exactly. Rico, we got another thing that we was talking about this morning. I want to hear your heart on this too, man. What is the difference? And I was looking at a show on DBL, that show to come on, news show, I guess is what it is. And the young lady brought up a scenario. What is the difference between if you're gonna go somewhere, take a young lady out, buy her dinner, take her to a movie or a theater or whatever it is, and then y'all want to go home and do a nightcap? What's the difference in that? And you just going out there and say, look at here, here's $150. You know what I want? Let's do it, and I'm gone. What's the difference? You're muted, Rico. You're muted, brother.
I thought I hit it. The person that's going out on a date with you, is actually spending somewhat some platonic time with you. Actually taking time to get to know you. And don't get me wrong, they might just be going through the steps because you might be a little too classy to approach like that. You might have higher standards. You know what I'm saying? You might be a lot more classy than that average woman that you'll go to and just make that approach to. See, like a woman that just try to I put it to this way: if you run across a woman that lets you know that you got to have money to deal with her, you got to have credit score and this and that. If you ain't paying no bill, then you might be able to approach her like that. But a woman that's very professional and upstanding, you know what I'm saying? You won't approach her like that. Because she's letting you know that she's not approachable that way. So yeah, you're gonna have to take the time to know her.
But see, Rico, I'm gonna tell you something. Sometimes, man, and I've heard women say, "I ain't got time for all that. I just want what I want." And these are ladies that you think they was high standing ladies. That I ain't got time for all that. I'm a busy person. I ain't got time for all that. This is what I want. Let's do it. You going about your business. I don't want you thinking you're gonna spend the night and all that stuff. This is what we're gonna do. You go about your business, and I'll see you the next time. I've heard women say that. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, you smiling too much, Rico. You're smiling too much, brother.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Men get booty calls, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They call them, yeah, you get them, you know what I'm saying? Come on over here, let me do what I'm doing now. Can't you go on about your business? Can't you clean up? Like what, man? Exactly. So, hey, depending on your life, depending on where you are in your life, you might want that, but then all of a sudden you might be actually interested in this woman. That could rub you the wrong way if you had another view of this woman, if you had another purpose or agenda for the woman. I mean, it may be somebody you were really interested in. She said something like that. You might take up on that offer, but at the same time, that ain't what you wanted. You really want to get to know this woman and see if you can make something happen long. So it depends.
But see, y'all be together, perform y'all adult activities, and then when you're done, she said, "I left a rag on the single for you. Go ahead and you can see yourself out." Leonard, look at Rico. Let's shoot his head. Huh?
What you say?
I mean, some women, some professional women. Sometimes go ahead.
That's how it is. That's real talk.
Yeah.
Because I'm not, I give you what you want. Because trust me, I don't know what people call it these days or what have you, but we used to call it the rotation. Now you got your Thursday chick, your Wednesday chick, whatever. You got one girl may just want you to come over there on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But she ain't got to work Wednesday. It's what you want. You can get it. Especially if you're a man.
Yeah.
See, a woman don't say that, but then if she wants something else, she lying to herself. I ain't got nothing to do with that. It is what it is. And that's why we don't need to play games, especially if we have other things to do.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's their mindset. And we're not gonna sit here and say whether it's right or wrong. It's their preference. It's what they want. They're adult. They're grown people. They do what you do. That's what do what you do. But my thing is, I've heard a lot of them, quote unquote, Rico, professional women. That's their stance. I'm not trying to get into no relationship. I ain't got time for no relationship. I'm concentrating on my career. This is what I want. I have my needs, and because of the fact I have my needs, I'm calling you. Are you available?
There you go.
And it's like, are you available?
Yeah. I mean, with the friends I have, grown men my age, and older, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's more than one or two.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy because I'm gonna tell you something. Some of the women I heard say that I never would have thought, Rico. I never would have thought, man, because they so quote unquote upstanding, and they. Wait a minute, what?
Pleasure, Rico.
It's a new day. It's a new day. I mean, being single. If you choose to live that lifestyle, this is the best time to live that lifestyle. We'll let you know straight up. That's all I want. That's all and it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, that's cool. but it can be scary because that is a behavior that after a while it desensitizes and it takes away the true meaning of that activity.
Mm-hmm.
And see, you know, like me, consciously, I sit back and think about cycles, evolution.
Mm-hmm.
We've evolved. Our society has evolved into a worse place because of that mindset. You know, that is supposed to be a special activity reserved for a special purpose.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
We brought a certain atmosphere to the table,
Mm-hmm.
and associated as a stereotype with us. We just dogs. We like to sow our oats. That's what we. Now, guess what? They are female dogs, and they use it as a term of endearment. And they would, you know, that they want to sow their oats too. And it's so shocking because I came around at a point in time where.
Why is it shocking though? Because if we've been doing it for years, why is it shocking when they do the same?
The women we had to maneuver and operate to get to that point. We had to sneak into that situation, but now they letting you know you ain't got to sneak. That's all you want to do. That's all. Just say what you want. I've been wanting anyway. Oh my goodness, you have? Let's get it. You know? But see, it was a point in time. It was a point in time where men or women wouldn't admit to doing certain sexual activity.
Yeah.
You would go and tell somebody you put your mouth on somebody. No, I don't do that. But about like 92 or 93, if you wasn't doing it, you was missing out. So that you know that evolution came. It turned. I had a woman tell me that sex wasn't sex without oral sex. Wow. I need to know you. So I mean, you know, that to hear that come from a woman, and then you hear more and more women gravitating to that WAP mindset. Oh my man! I mean, like I said, I choose to be celibate.
Yeah.
If I won't be celibate, I'm gonna still be destroying myself.
Exactly. Toya with a
sense, Toya.
Exactly. Toya with a T. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Morning, y'all. What's up? I got this new ring light. I'm trying to get my setting, and it don't look like I'm gonna make it.
No. You good. It's coming along. It's definitely coming along. But listen, you real low. We can't see you when you sit down, though.
I know. I gotta adjust you, but I'm still here. I know it look weird, but I'm still here, y'all. I'm still here.
Now, let me ask you a question from a lady's viewpoint. I was listening to DBL yesterday, and I give a shout out to where I got it from. DBL is the show, and the young lady, with the host of the show, she was saying, "What is the difference if a man come over and he say, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go out. I'm gonna come pick you up. We're gonna go out, have dinner, go catch a show, and come back in either my place or your place and have a nightcap, and that's how we're gonna end this evening." What's the difference in that or the man come over and say, "Look here, I got $150. You know what it is. Let's get it." I mean, she was saying that, you know, she was saying that there really isn't a real difference. And the black guy tried to dress it up. Yeah, there's a difference. Black. The white guy came back. He said, "No, there's no difference at all." He said, in both situations, I'm paying money. In one way or another, I'm paying money, and so that's what it is. It's just a roundabout way. It's just, you know, technicalities. Basically, is what he was saying. The other young lady, other Caucasian lady, she tried to dress up like, "No, that's not." Toya, what do you say? What is the difference?
I mean, you know, in this big thing where we say it's not what you say, it's how you say it. You know, it's about customer service, right? Just give me your money. You ain't gotta go through all that with your order. Just give me your money so I can just go ahead. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on with your poof. Come on, man. This is what I'm talking about, right? You the man, the leader, the head, and we so can't control ourselves that we just want to go with any and everything. First of all, bro, if you loved and cared about just humanity so much and women so much, it wouldn't be no problem to hold a woman down, period, point blank, at all, whatever. It ain't got to be all like that. But okay, we in a world where we want something for nothing, right? You don't want it to happen to your daughter. This how you know to teach this to your daughter what boys want. But you want something for nothing, and now you want to be bold and say, "Let me give you the 150." Well, you know,
turn your volume up just a little bit.
This is why the Lord came and got me off the rip, because I'm coming in the door telling you I'm needy. What I need, what I want, this the expectation that at the end of the day, no, you're not getting no sex. And not only that, right? I like to be with other people. You can stick with it or you can leave it. It really don't make me no difference because I'm gonna do what I want to do. Period. Point blank. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it ain't the right thing to do. It's not ladylike. No matter how much I don't. Not that I care what you think, but it wasn't ladylike for me. Nor is it man like for a man. So no, I'm not gonna go suggest and encourage my nephew, and I don't have no kids, my nephews or my brothers to walk and talk like that as a man, like that's what they should do because I'm a woman. Would you do me like that? What are you gonna do to a man that do me like that? You want somebody doing your mother like that? You cool with somebody doing your daughter like that? If you cool with somebody doing your mother and your daughter like that, talking to them like that in front of you, then you go ahead by all means and you roll with it, brother. But see, this is what we're the gods of. When you as a man allow yourself to be so godlike that you're going to open up your mouth to tell me you're going to just run me 150 instead of doing your job, instead of taking care of me, that's your job as a man. Calling yourself wanting me for you and only you and nobody else but you. So for you to try to put a price on it, like somebody's a prostitute or anything of that nature, like this is a job or a business in exchange, you wonder why we don't have trust, because our morals and values and the structure of what true man and womanhood and what relationships are have already been knocked out from the gate.
And so, in a nutshell, there is no difference. I'm talking for my listeners right now. I know what you're saying, but I'm just for my listeners.
You can try to fit anything to be what you want.
I was hoping you was gonna say yes, there is a difference. That's what I was hoping for.
I mean,
but you didn't go there with me. I hope you was gonna say yes, there is a difference. Go ahead, Rico.
I was gonna say the same thing she said, man. Imagine somebody coming to your mama or your sister, your daughter saying the same thing, but and the way she wants to be approached. You know, the big difference in that is that you coming off and you saying right off the top, look, I want to make a transaction for you for this service. It buy some of this from you. Compared to saying, hey, I like your company, your conversation. I like to go out and entertain you, impress you, and get to know you a little bit better. Big difference. You know, if you're gonna
that's a lie though. That's what you gotta say, but see, that would be the lie.
That could be the lie.
It could be
as a lie. You know what I'm saying? For some guy, gotta think about it. There would be no married couples had nobody courted the right way. A man has to find a way to introduce himself to his wife. A man goes and buys his wife. My daddy didn't buy my mama. You know what I'm saying? My daddy courted my mama. They got together and they had me. Now they didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But had she been saying, hey, just give me $150 or $40 or whatever, then I wouldn't be here probably. On the sheets in a piece of latex somewhere. You know what that some people that got money that know that it ain't tricking if you got it, will trick off and take you out, splurge. You get what I'm saying? And so that ruins it for those guys that sincerely want to get to know a woman. But see, you know, once we put that stereotype on it as that's just the way that all men are doing it, then that knocks the legitimate men out, quality men out that's looking for a quality woman, that dismisses him. And that's what's going on with a lot of us, because some of these good women got that mentality now. So here it is, you coming like a gentleman. You that old-fashioned chivalrous guy that like to open doors. You want to take her out and you don't even want to sleep with her for about 2 months because you know you don't want this just to be a sexual situation. But interactions in the past, man, come on, you just want to come on and get some of that thing. And guess what? I'm getting it up. I play the game now.
I remember Pepper, she said, and we're going to go to the phone. I got another caller. I remember Pepper said that back in the day that Will Smith wanted to date her. And she didn't like him. Not that she didn't like him, but he was too nice. She wanted the thug. And she said now, looking in the hindsight back now and looking at what he is and who he is now, she wished she would have got with Will Smith back in the day when she looked at him as being this nice, too nice and too good of a guy. She said she looked at him now and she wished she would have went on his advances and they would have had something. because today she would have something. But she said no. Back in the day, she just wanted the thug. She didn't want no good guy. She wanted that.
She would have been a Sierra 1990.
Exactly. Absolutely. Donald Toussaint, good morning, sir. Good morning. How you doing, Donald?
Doing well. Doing the best I can with what I got.
There you go. There you go. What do you say? Now, you've been listening this morning?
I just tuned in.
Okay.
I mean, no, I hadn't.
Okay, let me ask you this question.
I heard somebody what y'all was talking.
Okay, we're talking about the situation, and this is not our topic. Y'all know how we get started with other things that we merge our way into our topic. But Donald, I was looking at DBL yesterday, and the lady asked a question: what is the difference in a man taking a lady out to dinner, a movie, a theater, or whatever, and going home for a nightcap? What's the difference in him doing that and him just walking up to us and say, look here, I got $150. You know what it is. Let's make this happen. And I got to go. What is the difference, Donald?
Wait a minute. Going home for nightcap and then versus
just they going out having the full date, the dinner, the theater, and then they go home, have a couple of drinks or whatever, and then they go home for the nightcap. You know what the nightcap is? Grown folk talk. And what's the difference in them doing that, or him just going up to us and look at here, knock on the door? Hey, look at here, girl. Look, I ain't got a lot of time. About an hour and a half. I got 150 here. Let's do what we're gonna do. I got to go. What's the difference, Donald?
So they just met.
Now they've been knowing each other for a minute, but he ain't got time for all that. He look, he want what he want, and he want it from her. And so what he say is,
process.
Huh?
He's just slowing down the process. He's just slowing down the process.
Yeah.
He's a little bit more. A little bit more patient.
Mm-hmm.
If we actually go home for the nightcap, or you wine and dine or whatever.
But what's the difference though? Is there any difference? Is there any difference?
It's almost, it's like two words that have the same meaning, but they kind of spell the same, differently.
Mm-hmm. And what are those words?
I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
I keep thinking of it. It's like cat and cat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cat and cat.
Mm-hmm.
Two different spellings.
Okay.
But I mean, I was listening at Rico when I didn't say that. I can't wait to get to the topic though.
Mm-hmm.
But because that had the same ingredients, because that's how some people are.
Yeah, exactly.
They won't say, okay, let's just do this thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they know that that's what they mean.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But they say, well, since I don't want to present myself or this thing as a booty call.
Mm-hmm. As a proposition.
Thank you, man. I was trying to find a good word.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A good word. Did you hear me say good word?
I heard you say good word. I'll going to get you on there. I'm gonna let you finish, and I'll come back and ask you where you get that word from.
Man, look, I can get away with that. I'm from Opelousas, Louisiana. Have you ever heard of that?
Never.
It's just a different way of going about it. But there is a sense of courtship, like we would say.
Mm-hmm.
If I invite you to my house, then that's saying a little bit more than jumping in the back seat.
I already know what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. My thing. It's
really the hard part.
No, it's so many different things, so many different ways I could go with this right here. But Leonard, go ahead, brother. There's so many different ways I could go with this thing.
What is you breathing for?
because my thing is.
I understand what the man is. What is it about what the man said got you so perplexed?
Man, look at that. And so where is the level of respect and or disrespect in the fact that you're going up to this young lady saying that, man, look here, I got $150.
None.
Way too high. And first of all, that's way too high. Man.
Pow, pow!
That's the old school prices.
Like a Happy Meal. A burger and a fry. Burger and a fry. Burger and a fry.
Lord.
Burger and a
Ain't
fry.
nobody
Let's just
carrying
do
on.
Wait, you say 150 too much? Say 150,
Man,
that's
let me
too
tell
much?
you something. It is so, and it's just because it's the day it is, at the time. Like, Rico's single, Toy is single. You know, they know what it is and what's going on. They've lived long enough.
That's why.
You know, have some experiences and things like that.
I'm single.
But it's one thing when you're looking for romance, and another thing when you're just looking for sex.
Okay.
You know, prostitutes have prices, and you can ask them up front how much it costs, and there's no issue with it. Now, when I just want to buy some sex from you, I want to know how much it costs. See, it may only be, you may only charge $50. But see, when I go out to have a good time, anyway, I spend $500. You may happen to be part of that good time.
Wow.
Hey, I didn't want to cut you off, but look, even the prostitute every once in a while give a freebie because she feel like she want to be loved.
Oh my goodness, Donald, go to the corner. Go to the corner, Donald, because you're gonna hurt them. You hurting their feelings. You know you can't do that around. You won't hurt nobody's feelings.
Exactly.
Let's go and sit in the corner.
Yeah. Let me go. Watch. I got to go to Badger. Badger, good morning. So, how you doing this morning? Badger, you don't know what kind of conversation. I don't know what kind of conversation you walked in on this morning, brother. But hey, welcome, brother. Welcome. You been listening?
Yeah, unfortunately.
What do you say to that, man? What is the difference? What is the level of respect and or disrespect when you go and say, look here, I got 100, and what they saying $50 or $75. They say I'm too high. $50 or $75. This is what it is. Hey, I got to go.
Sounds like neither one of them has respect for themselves or other human beings. And they're just the guy's thinking with the wrong damn head. I mean, wrong head. And
hey, I heard that. I heard that.
And the woman needs to learn how to say no. If a man ain't gonna respect a woman, they don't deserve anything.
Wow, that's good. Rico, where you at, brother? Talk to me.
There, you know, there's a behavioral cycle that gets picked up. Gets picked up. I'm gonna tell you how this happens. Sometimes, because this happened to me. Sometimes you have some guys that's naive and they go out with no expectations. They just going out to have a good time. They don't even have a clue that this may happen at the end of the night. They just glad to go out and see how this time is going to turn out with getting to know this person on this date. All of a sudden, at the end of the night, you get a special surprise. So now, after a while, you know what I'm saying, your mind, especially if it didn't tell you that that's how it works, your mind gonna think, wait a minute. You mean to tell me if I go out and I take these women out and show them a good time and make them feel good and treat them nice and compliment them, man, that they'll get a little cozy feeling on the inside, and you know, they'll let you kiss them and ask you for a kiss at the end of the night, because sometimes all it takes is for them to feel so good about you and feel so impressed that they want to kiss you.
Yeah.
Once you kick you, man. So you know, here it is. But what was the initiator? Because you didn't have this expectation. But now, guess what you thinking? All I gotta do is take them out and show them a good time, because that woman showed you that that's how she carried herself. So now your expectation from now on. Say with 2 or 3 different women, you go out. Well, you know that just happened with her. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna go out with this girl on a date. Y'all go out and you might not even have to take her out. The first thing she do is take you behind a building somewhere. Friend, how she gonna leave us the house for the night? Well, she gonna leave us the house for the night. I thought we was going out. So now somebody influenced that man that had noble agendas. There's so many different ways that mindset can kick in. You know what I'm saying? Like, it shouldn't be an expectation for a man to expect that at the end of the night, but sometimes a man can start feeling that way because some women carry themselves like that. Just take me out, be nice, and I'll treat you nice at the end of the night. It's like
you get points on the merit system. Leonard, you remember Andy Griffith? You remember Andy Griffith and Ernest T. Bass?
Yeah.
Ernest T. Bass. I used to love old Ernest T. Bass. He went up to this girl. He said,
"It wasn't one of my favorite shows, but I know what you're talking about."
He walk up to a girl in a minute and say, "Can I kiss you in your mouth?" I said, "Lord,
oh no, I don't even remember nothing like that.
Yeah,
I don't remember that."
He'll walk up to a girl in a minute and say, "My name is Ernest T. Bass, and I just want, can I kiss you in your mouth?" I said, "Oh Lord,
Ernest Trump Bass."
Ernest Trump Bass, exactly. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
I'm just listening, man. Because you know, I don't get down with like that. You know, so it's funny to me, you know, when I hear people talk about the whole single thing, blah blah blah. But one, you know, I'm gonna be a little. How should I say this? At my age, if you still got a problem with a woman, something wrong with you. Something really wrong with you. You should know how to get what you want by now. You should know exactly what to expect by now. And you should know how to handle yourself by now. Ain't nobody making you do nothing. It's what you choosing.
That's
so
good.
I don't, you know, I'm very casual about things. So all that stuff that they're talking about today, I didn't care nothing about then. I'm trying to have a good time. Do not get in the way of my good time.
Exactly. Toya with a T. You was up with us from there. You go.
Yeah, you know, I got mad. I had to get off the screen there for a second. I heard 150 wasn't enough. I had to go because I don't understand or comprehend them kind of things, honey. Because this last one now was a little bit of a turd. But all before that, honey, I've always had somebody trying to give me the world, but I never needed it. So I was kind of excited, and I had to go ahead and step off screen because I was cussing and carrying on, and I didn't want to be a part of that right there. So I had to regather my regular crazy self back and come on and say this part right here. Listen.
Okay, turn your mic up just a little bit, because I want to make sure that
you said that Pepper said she wished she had dealt with Will Smith. Wrong intention, broad. That's the problem. Wrong intention, broad. I remember being deceived like that, being hurt, being deceived. Oh, I don't want a good guy because you've been drugged already. That's what's wrong with men. If you don't feel like women, any human being in this earth is worth 150 or more, whether you take them on a date or not. You've been drugged and probably need to be drugged, and that's probably why you get drugged, because you don't understand the value of people. I would spend 150 on either one of you guys, not looking for anything. Period. That's where we go wrong at. Thinking that because I'm getting sex or whatever, I gotta spend 150. Oh no, it's not. And until we understand and remember the value of a human being, I die for you. If I see somebody trying to hurt you, I'm gonna jump in front of a bullet for you, let alone come up off of 150. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't think you just finna pimp me willy-nilly, just, yeah. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where we get the problem at, when we start getting deceitful. Your wife is more than 150. You done paid 150 a million quadrillion times over, man. Your kids is more than 150. A quadrillion times over, man, you'll do that. So when we walk like that, we need to walk like that on a regular basis, man. And that conversation right now, don't make me feel, you can say, oh, you're sensitive, oh, your feelings, or this, that, and the third. Man, this is reality, man. We really don't even care about people at all. But you come getting up in a female face or getting up in a dude's face with a wicked intent because of what you want and not of what you can be to them. That's why you got Tretch, Pepper, Assault, or whoever you are, because you needed to be drugged. You didn't want good. Jada wanted good. She tried to be good. She got with something good. She didn't get drugged. You don't know what she got. But you got this illusion on what you should have had. But now you got drugged because you probably needed to be drugged. And it is what it is.
Good deal. There you go. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? I'll agree to say, Wade, Badger, what's on your heart?
The whole concept of that, you know, it's, I just don't understand why, like, if a woman is coming onto a man like that after on the first date, why a man can't say no to help teach respect.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
Because sometimes women, that they think that that's all a man wants.
mm-hmm. But let me ask you this question, Badger. If that be the case, and say if I'm going out with this young lady, and I'm not married before married life and everything, I'm going out with this young lady, and she's throwing herself at me, and she really wants to do this, and I say no, it's not time, no. A lot of times, what I think might happen, and y'all, and anybody jump in and correct me, if I tell her no, and if she have this itch that she wants to be scratched, she's gonna go on to the next one to get that itch scratched because she have a desire, and I could have my best intentions for her. Like I think Will had the best intentions for Pepper, but because of the fact that he wasn't that thug that she was really into at that stage in her life, she moved on and got with a thug. And
Okay,
so
and what does she think now?
She hated now, but hindsight is a great teacher, but you can't go back and change it.
Well, at least she remembered about the kindness and the respect that she was shown.
Mm-hmm. But that didn't change.
Sometimes somebody needs to fall on their face.
That's because we want to be a skank, Raheem.
Yeah.
And it's coming from a woman.
I understand. And we got another young lady. I'm going to go to she on the phone line. I'm going to go to her as well. But my thing is right here. At that point in time in her life, and I don't want to talk bad about Pepper because I'm sure she's a great person. But my thing is, a person, if they have a desire, if I turn them down, or you turn them down, or somebody turn them down, they're gonna go until they fulfill that desire that they have at that particular time. That's just what it is.
So you're saying, are you saying to just go ahead and do it?
No, I'm not saying it at all. I'm just saying that a lot of times the person is going to find someone that will.
Well,
you've heard people say all the time, what one person won't do, another person will.
Well, that's playing a huge issue. If there was more men that would respect a woman and say no like that, maybe we'd have less women doing things like that.
That's a beautiful concept, a beautiful thought. But like I say, the reality of the situation is a lot of times people got this mindset what one person won't. Yeah, they don't want to.
Men
exactly.
Don't want to. They want.
Well, then men need to learn.
They want to carry it on. They want to manipulate and play and act like it and make babies and leave. Talking about, I didn't get a chance to know you. They want to do that, just like the women.
Not all. We're not gonna paint with such a wide brush. Not all. Not all men are like that. Not all.
See, in general, in our society, we keep forgetting. We talk about it all the time. What about the toxic masculinity we were brought up with? That would even our peers and other women would criticize us for not being a man and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest about this. See, that's what the difference is, Badger. What we came up at, we had older people that would have picked on us or laughed at us for not doing it.
Yep.
Or we would have told people that we would have had people encourage us to do it. Man, you saw too. She's stupid. Everybody knows got some of that. So now you lame because you ain't got some of what everybody else done got on. See, it's a side. The mindset is warped. And then I'll be honest with you, what this come from? This is a domino effect of everything having a price. Capitalism is the finest. Some people just don't know where to draw the line.
Good deal. Now let me go. We got another caller. I think it's K with the E. K with the E. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, blessed and everyone.
Hey, we got something we're talking about this morning, and we hadn't even. It is 8:20. We have not even got to our topic of the day, and Donald Toussaint said he waiting on the topic, so we got to transition ourselves over to that topic as well. But we asking a question. I was looking at DBL, that show, and the young lady, one of the hosts of the show, she asked the question: what is the difference if a man come over to your house and say, look at here, we going out this evening, we're gonna go catch a movie, get a dinner, have a couple of drinks, and come back, and we're gonna do it and have ourselves a quote unquote nightcap adult activities at the end of the evening. What's the difference if he say that, or he come over and say, look at here, I only got like about an hour and a half, I got $150, let's go ahead on, go on back there and do what we're gonna do, and I got to go. What is the difference?
That's a big difference.
Oh, she sound like she mad, y'all.
That's a big difference. That's a big difference in for men saying we're gonna go out, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. Because by the time we get through doing all that, we may not even have the same feelings no more. So that may not never happen. But to come in the door saying this is what you got, okay, give me that money and go on back there and go to sleep. I'll see you when you wake up. I'm gonna charge you for sleeping. Because it costs more than $150. That's priceless. You can never come in there and say, here's $150. And God bless the woman that would accept it. That's crazy. And it ain't no different from if a woman, because nowadays women approach guys and they tell them, this is what I can do for you. I had a friend come home and be like, this woman told me. I said, what you tell her? He said, I let her do it. He got a car. He keeps groceries in his house. Like, she does all this for him, and he answers the phone when he wants to. She go over there, she can't get in. I said, you just filled that house up with groceries and zero balance, all those bills. What you mean you can't get in? What you calling me for? When you stepped into stupid and just pour it all over you and drink it and eat it and digest it that good, oh so well, you look good with it. And she does that so well. Like, she zero balance, bills out, buy groceries and everything. And he picks and chooses when he want to let her in. It ain't your turn today. I said, some woman over there walking around cooking your food, and you okay with that? So we got women out there. They make it hard for women like me. I'll be single.
There you go. There you go. Tucson, what's on your heart, brother?
I was just thinking about.
That's the scary. That's the scary part right there, Donald. When you say I was just thinking, that's the scary part, brother. That's the scary part.
I know it is. It's okay. So even if a person is in a relationship and you get this phone call from your significant other, your wife, and she says, "Look, when I get home, just be ready." Let me say it like that.
Yeah.
Now, how you gonna act?
Oh man, happy. I ain't a happy elephant, a lady, and porcupine proud.
So, if we say that, if somebody walk up to you in just the place and say, "Hey, let's do this thing," you say, "What thing?" You know what thing. We make it like it's a mess, but every one of us know that it's honey, call and say, "Just be naked when I get home," and you just standing there like Superman.
Lord.
Grin on your face.
Or Spider-Man.
So, or Spider-Man, exactly.
Exactly. Spider-Man, be shooting webs all over the place.
Lord. Leonard, you are having too much fun with this, brother. You're having too much fun with this.
I'm the Hulk tonight.
Dollar Austin chain, man.
Lord, but listen, we're gonna switch, and we may come back to this, but I want to get to the topic. We got a topic today. I'm gonna bring that topic up as well, and I want to ask the question toward you with a T. I'm gonna start it off with you, sis. That's the question right there. Can someone get stuck on stupid?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we do it every day in little ways, not only in relationship kind of ways, things we know better and we do it anyway type. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course we get stuck on stupid. Sometimes we don't even know why. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you, even if we don't, there's a deception, right, that I've noticed in my life. And God has opened up my eyes some more. So I'm even more crazier now. I'm just crazier for the good. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed I was stuck on stupid. There were some things that I just didn't want to let go of, thinking change. And for instance, and I'm just going to be real honest because I'm getting on me. I'm a Black female, right? And the reputation that we carry, I am starting to assume responsibility for that. I have to work on being the epitome of what a Black woman should be in America and the reputation that I leave behind me with everything I do. So I pray constantly to just because I know I'm off the chain and I know I don't care. But no. That's not what I want to show the world. So at the end of the day, this conversation right here is all about knowing ourselves. Period.
Yeah.
No matter what we got going on, when it comes to a relationship, when it comes to being a mother, when it comes to being a friend, and what we accept as a whole. Even if you don't do it to the outside, you still shouldn't do it to the inside. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, I think we have a lot of things we got to recognize. For example, you see what Cuomo going through with this sexual thing?
Exactly.
Because that was kind of the nature. It was cool. And we've grown away from our barbaric ways. That's why I thought America was so great. Because there were some things that we've done as humans that was barbaric and savage. And we are learning on a daily basis to turn away from. And technology is helping us to even get better at it. And it's not about a woman or a man or a child or a Black or a white. It's about humanity and our interactions and the things that we are doing that is culture. That is destructive to everything around us.
That's good. That's good. Rico, what do you say to that, man? Could we get stuck on stupid?
Man, up and down the ladder. Stuck on stupid. Individually, as a community, as a whole. I look at the war. How stupid can you be to go to war and have people out there killing each other that don't even know each other on the battlefield over a disagreement? How can you take something as strong and powerful as electricity or nuclear energy and then turn it into an atomic bomb or a nuclear bomb? It's just so many different ways up and down the ladder that we really are stuck on stupid. You know, we talk about bias, stereotypes, you know, so many different things just in society all the way around that, I mean, just think like Trump had supporters. You talking about stuck on stupid, he had 74 million supporters. After seeing him pick on handicapped people, disabled people, you know. Society is stuck on stupid. We idolize people just because of their material and superficial standings now instead of their excellence of character. You know, we put our business out on the streets. We don't save people's lives, but we record them dying and getting beat up to go viral. You know, and we, I mean, like I said, individually, a lot of things we do ourselves. You know, like I said, it took me a certain point in time to say that I was just going to stop spreading myself around because I was contributing to the behavior of my community by being deviant, sexual deviant, just sleeping around, having one night stands and not having no respect for that interaction. You know, it came to a point, I mean, to be honest, we just think about it. I'll admit in a heartbeat, I got children by women that I shouldn't have had children by. Because I was out here doing the wrong thing, thinking with the wrong head, had the wrong motivations, this completely dysfunctional mindset that had me linking up with people that I shouldn't have linked up with, associate myself in circles that I shouldn't have been in. So yeah, you know, you a man stupid all the way up and down the ladder.
Good deal. Badger, what do you say to that, man? Could we get stuck on stupid?
Absolutely. I think that as a society as a whole need to learn how to break a lot of cycles. Everything from racism to how we treat each other, the thought process of men being better than women, you know, a lot of those things need to be stopped. Those thought processes are continuing to cause issues, and some of them seem like they're getting worse.
Wow. Let's go ahead.
So, you know, looking at it as a whole or in general, It's how much are people realizing that these issues that we're talking about and stuff is actually happening thousands of times a day.
Mm-hmm.
And what are we going to do as people to help stop it?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go to Kay. Kay, what do you say to that, man? Can we get stuck on stupid?
Yeah, people can get stuck on stupid. They do it all the time on a regular.
Mm-hmm.
And don't even have an age limit on it.
Mm-hmm.
People definitely get stuck on stupid. And that's where they be until they learn you gotta pray your way out of them situations.
Mm-hmm.
It was easy to get in. It ain't that easy to get out of though.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta get yourself unstuck.
Exactly. Leonard, people stuck on stupid, riding on dumb, on their way to ignorant. How often is that?
Well, to each his own. I mean, it comes with everybody has a different background or whatever. It's what you choose.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, I'm a choice type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you should get what you choose.
Mm-hmm.
And if it don't turn out, you're going to have to come up with a different plan. If something going on in your life right now, you don't like it the way it is, you change it. Everybody can look back and say what they woulda, coulda, shoulda did, but the only thing that's true is what you actually did.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't no coulda, shoulda, woulda. I could have done. No, this is what you did. Deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can look back and say they would have done something different. I mean, who wouldn't have sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this is something that's simple. This whole people make mistakes. If it's truly a mistake, you try to change it. But if you keep doing it, that's because that's what you like doing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I don't think ain't nobody forcing nobody to do something they don't want to do, really.
Mm-hmm.
All this love and concern or whatever, we talking about complete strangers. Y'all got something else completely different on your mind. You operating in that space. That what you think's supposed to happen. People really need to stop lying to themselves. That's one thing. I just happen to be a Christian. If you're obedient to the word, that saves you from a lot of mess.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody wants to fall back on somebody talked you into something or convinced you to do something or was somebody else's fault. How about no thank you?
Mm.
I'd rather not be a part of that.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I mean, I don't understand, sometimes how people think things happen. You in control of what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And don't come to me talking about what you woulda, coulda, shoulda did, but I see what you keep doing. That's what you want to do. That's why you keep doing it.
Repetitive actions.
Yes, because you want to keep doing it. That's why you keep doing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good.
It's not to say people are bad at one another. There are, of course, according to Christians, a lot of people just sinful. That's all. You just sinful. I mean, that's what you do. But this notion that you can't change it, or even for some people, there's nothing wrong with it if it's in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody paying for sex looking for no loving relationship. And you men need to stop it. It ain't tricking if you got it.
Mm. Wow. Let me go to Donna. Hold on. Tucson, what do you say to that, man? Can people get stuck on stupid?
I've been laughing for a minute. Anyway, I like to go to the cashier or the drive-through, and they say $3.47,
mm-hmm.
and I give them a 5 and 2 pennies.
Mm-hmm.
They just look at me.
Yeah, they don't understand
they
that.
Have to call the man, and they have to call the manager.
Mm-hmm. It's real simple.
I mean, the world is. I mean, we in this country.
Mm-hmm.
Look at how stupid.
Mm-hmm.
74 million people are stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Still cheering for food.
And for some reason they don't understand the concept of those 2 pennies and how that's gonna balance everything out and make okay. Exactly. Them
They
2 penny.
gonna call corporate office
Yeah.
to try to figure out
You said
how to
90.
give me my change.
Exactly. Now you
Hey,
said, and
sometimes they give you some extra money back.
yeah, exactly.
And I have to tell them, I say they're gonna take that out your check.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Toya, with you worked in the restaurants for a minute and everything, so you have the experience with this situation. How do you deal with somebody that's like that? It just now it costs $3.97. He gave him $5.02. Now there's a reason why he gave him that 2 cent, because that balances out. What he get back. He didn't want all them pennies and all that stuff, so he did it a certain way. So go ahead, Toya, talk to me. I know you seen it. She got to have a moment, y'all. She got to have a moment. Everybody say a prayer for her. Say a prayer for
Put me
her.
on a spot like that because I work with folks, kids,
Okay.
and the fact that these babies can't count. This is why.
There's a reason, though.
This is why, because we're not teaching them how to count.
Exactly.
Well, you know what? They could count. They're just not critically thinking. They don't know how to kill 2 birds with 1 stone or to be most practical. See, this is such thing as practical thinking.
No.
You put that 2 and 2 together yourself and say, you know what? It make more sense for me to get rid of these pennies and just come up with dimes and nickels.
Yep.
Listen,
Yep.
The ones that can count will make the clear distinction on how much change to give you back from the 2 cents.
Yep.
And the ones that can't, even if you try to coach them along the way, they won't come back anymore. Because I notice you have a problem. Okay, baby, so count up. Or he gave you 2 cents. So what are you supposed to give them now? And this is where it gets in depth as a manager. It's not that they can't, because if they could, they would. They don't, because they don't know how. And that's another step that most people laugh at them. It's a problem.
So are we losing them, Toya? Are we losing them?
They already lost, because by the time they get to me at the work status, that is a huge foundation of 9 times out of 10 where they're going. That's why when they work with me, I explain to them and their parents, I am teaching you how to be an adult. Your parent don't get your check. You're not going to be coming up in here dealing with me with your kid. If I do something wrong, I got you. When we don't do boyfriends, we do on time. I'm calling to check if they home. Like, there's a series of things I do, and I do it according to what I see. But it is I'm very nervous for, you know what I'm saying, that generation right up under us, because to me, when they look at odds, you looking at 1 out of 10 got the basic common counting, reading, comprehension skills that it's going to take for us to be in a better position. And I don't see that. So I am very nervous, for the future. But the ones that are smart, right? They holding it down enough to where it can catch fire, man. But it starts with us, because they come home to us. They see us on the streets when they're outside homeless. They see us on their way going to court, getting locked up, and we keep acting like it's not a problem. It's a problem. It's something wrong with why kids do things. And instead of us just throwing them in jail, why you gonna throw a kid in jail for stealing? Stealing food mean you hungry. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that we're doing as society that we're not looking at, that's going on with our children inside our school systems, that once they start working, man, you don't get paid enough for some of that stuff. Like, it's deep. It's deep.
Wow. Badger, what's on your heart, brother?
It's the same thing as earlier. We need to learn how to break cycles. I mean, it really, I mean, yes, it's more complicated, but to put it simply, it's break the cycles. You can't tell me that the adults that are alive right now truly 100% don't know that the way they're acting or behaving is not all right. Most of them you walk up to, they'll tell you, yeah, we know it's not all right. And then my return question is, why do you keep doing it? Well, everyone else is. So are you a sheeple or a leader? And that's that's the other huge thing, is there are way too many sheeple out there.
Mm-hmm. Good deal. Good deal. Rico, speak. Talk to me, brother. And tell me what is really going on, man. That 2 cent is real critical, and and like you say, in thinking and in the process. Now, I ask the question: are we losing them, or have we already lost them because we didn't pay attention?
Both, both, because it's still going further downhill. You know, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's not getting better; it's getting worse in some areas. In some
Mm-hmm.
areas, it's getting better. You know what I mean? But in the cases that it's getting worse, you have the people that are vulnerable to getting worse. It's happening. It is getting worse. First, I got to apologize to Toya. She wasn't wrong about them not knowing how to count. What I should have said is they don't know how to count and they're not using their practical sense. Because I've seen some of them that are smart, but at the same time they just won't think because they're so simple minded. You know how sometimes you can be very smart, but you don't have any common sense. But you know, and I was about to laugh, but then when I really think about it, it's sad. You walk into a convenience store or a restaurant and you give somebody that money, and then you see that look on their face.
Yeah.
When they
Yeah.
that bill, and then they'll look at it and they'll see that other little couple of pennies that you gave them. They be like, uh-oh. And they get stuck for a second. I'm like, oh man. So I mean, you know, it's disappointing, but you know, really, we all notice. I'm gonna say the moralization of society. We notice a lot of the bad things that's going on, the negative energy that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, mankind doesn't have a good sense of realizing when they are contributing to the deterioration of it. Like me, you know, it took me a while to stop indulging in some of this behavior, this walking, too short behavior, and this mentality of going to strip club and taking women out. It took me a while to get that out of my system because I realized some of the stuff I was complaining about going on in my society, I was still embracing it and contributing to it.
Mm-hmm.
Erasing. So, you know, and you know what's really bad about it? We live in the most obese country on the planet.
Yes, sir.
But guess what? We still like to eat. We like our buffets. We like our bacon on everything. We like everything. We like to deep fry Oreos.
Yep.
You know, so I mean, and then at the same time, we elect people for president that like to do what they want to do with no kind of class about themselves. So why go out here and just continue indulging in all your temptations like the devil will tell you to? We live in a salty country, man.
Exactly. Exactly. Let me go to the phone line. I got another caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Charm City, Maryland, man. Baltimore, it's Kurt, man. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Hey, what's going on with you, Kurt? Man, look here. We asking a question. Hey. Are we as a society, are we stuck on stupid? Are we stuck on stupid, bro?
We used to be.
Mm-hmm. What changed?
We used to be.
What changed?
You know, people are starting to realize just how much they're being affected by legislators and how much they're being affected by global. People are starting to realize, people are waking up and starting to realize how much they're being affected by the environment, by the decisions that these people make. You know what I mean? Like, you know, you at the beginning, we in it. The beginning was probably our generation, but we in a revolution. You know, I remember Malcolm X said, "There's never been a such thing as a non-violent revolution. Revolutions are always bloody. No matter how you look at it, no matter which country you go to, no matter who history books you read, when you read about a revolution, it's always been bloody."
Mm-hmm.
And as much as we might not want to admit it, because it goes against the great American theme, this whole situation has been bloody. It's people who have died behind. It's people who got beaten, battered, and gone to prison and beat some more. So, you know, I think we in the middle of a revolution, and that's where it is.
Who's winning?
at this point, I don't even want to pick a winner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even want to pick a winner right now. At this point, according to all the polls and according to what's going on, the right side is winning.
Mm-hmm.
You might have one slide through the cracks, 45 is he trying to slide through the cracks and get away, but I can't see that happening too far. You might get away with not doing. He might get away with not doing the time, but his punishment is going to be even greater when you look at his bank account and it says 0, 0, 0.
Mm-hmm.
So, I really don't like to choose. I don't like to choose winners or losers because when we have to choose winners or losers,
Kurt, history will do that anyway. History will do that for us.
Exactly.
History will do that for us.
You got to choose winners and losers. In the midst of it, you may miss something good from a particular side. Like, I'm not going to say that everything that, for example, everything that the Republican Party says is fracking-knackle bullcrap. I'm not going to say that. You know what I mean? Some things, some issues that I've heard that they call themselves standing for, okay, I can see that going down. But then other issues, nah, that's crazy. That's foolishness. So I don't like to choose a winner. I hate that we have to be here. You would think that, folks got the message.
Good deal.
Or get the message, but
Absolutely. Let me go to K. K, what's on your heart? What's on your heart right now, K?
Not a lot. I'm just chillaxing right now.
Okay. Chillaxing. Okay. That's one of them new words. I got to put that there. Hey, put that in the dictionary. Leonard, talk to me, brother.
I'm sitting here trying to follow the conversation. What's up, Kurt?
What's up, baby?
And it's just, I'm more concerned about individuals and the choices that they make. See, what I don't do is I don't complain to other people about my choices. So I take things I do very seriously. I used to tell my mother that if I ever was to formally preach in the church, my first message would be somebody got to go to hell.
Somebody got to go.
Somebody got to go. Is it you? Is it you? I mean, everybody know, like you have people on here that are very transparent. They talk about what they did or whatever. Lesson learned. Continue to live. I'm not this old pessimistic type of person. I don't care what you did. You can do better today. If you want to sit around and think that the world going to hell and all this, but go ahead. I mean, it ain't nothing productive about that thought process. So if we start thinking more positive, like I like how Kurt said it. The revolution been taking place. Blood is being shed on a daily basis. We just have to realize that what we want, we gonna have to fight for. We gonna have to make better choices if we want better. That's the revolution. That's the revolution.
Exactly.
It's when you gonna make a better choice.
Absolutely.
We got doing wrong down pat. We don't need to continue to study doing wrong.
We don't need no help on that.
No, like I said, I teach my kids to do right. They learn wrong on their own. I don't need you to sit there and hold my hand. I'm a grown man. I've been a grown man for a long time. I've been a grown man since before I should have been a grown man. Because that's how serious I am about my responsibility.
Yeah. That's good.
And what I want out of life. I don't sit around and try to say, just because everybody else ain't doing nothing, I ain't going to do nothing.
Somebody got to make a change.
Everybody has to have their own individual revolution.
Yep, exactly. All right, preacher, you start. I think you starting your first sermon this morning. Sir. I'm just saying. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. Let me keep this thing going. Rico, talk to me, brother. Badger, coming to you next.
I agree wholeheartedly. You know what I was thinking about. Now I do look at things on a mass scale, but I look at what part I can play in it individually. Climate change. I look at pollution. You know, we got sea animals, we got sea mammals, whales and stuff that's eating garbage from us, human consumption. And somehow we stupidly keep on making these little plastic bags that they give us in the grocery store that we can't get rid of fast enough.
Yeah.
Somehow we keep making these plastic bottles that we can't get rid of fast enough. But for some reason, they ended up in the guts and bellies of mammals that have been here as long as mankind. So, like Leonard said, it's to a point, okay, you understand climate change and pollution and the part that man plays on it, and then you understand what part did you embrace that you contributed to it. Because we convenience, like the person that commented on Twitch about the internet. You know, we don't have to let the internet be used for something negative, even though it's so easy. You know, school kids are going to school online, and when they get in that box, it's so easy for them to make a choice to go and get on something that they need to do, which is schoolwork, or get on something that they want to do, which is YouTube or Instagram.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, you have to hold yourself accountable. Look at yourself personally, individually. What I try my best to do is get rid of these. Like, okay, we got an overabundance of those plastic bags that come from the grocery store. So what I do is every time I create trash, instead of me waiting until I fill up a big trash bag, I use each one of those little trash bags and take them out every time I mess something up or need something to throw away. I'm constantly walking back and forth to the trash can so I don't keep building up those things, because I know if you ain't careful, you'll have a whole cabinet full of those things. Like, how do you contribute to getting rid of this waste? How do you stop contributing to the things that are wasteful or that do contribute to pollution or hurting the environment? You know, because we have to understand sometimes we play a part in the things that we complain about.
Exactly. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? Are we as a society, and we talk about stuck on stupid, are we killing ourselves with some of the decisions that we make in regards to all the factories that's being made and every stuff, all the emission that's going on into our atmosphere? Are we killing ourselves?
Yeah, that's why there's places, there's different organizations and groups that are working hard every single day trying to stop some of this stuff. Like I just posted in our chat, there's even a book that won a Pulitzer's Prize, Anti-Intellectualism in American Life. It's a book that won a huge reward, and it's based on science and facts. And it's so surprising how many of these groups are out there trying to do these things. There's no media coverage, not big media coverage about any of this stuff. There's I came across a really cool thing this morning about how some of the natives that aren't involved in the politics are actually turning their land into reserves to protect the animals and all that kind of stuff, and they're having to fight to do this. It's their own land and they're still having to fight to do this. And it's just it's so profound, because unfortunately these big corporations that want the oil and gas and all this other stuff, they want us to rely on it instead of letting us do solar power and wind turbines and the water generators that are used by water. I mean, look at all those mills that used to be built by them creeks and stuff, powering them wheels to grind up things. All that stuff. Nature can provide us power. Our ancestors way back when, was developing batteries and other forms of electricity that if you know where to look, you can find it. But it's not general knowledge. It's not general teachings. But you get into some of these Aboriginal places around the world, and they talk about it. They even teach you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as public knowledge and being allowed to do it is a whole nother thing.
Absolutely, absolutely. Kurt, is all this modern technology that we have today, all the the stuff that we're doing, and I guess not even modern technology, but all the trucks and the buildings that's emitting all this stuff into the atmosphere for us to have a better life. Is that just another form of suicide that we're doing to ourselves?
No, no, I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, so all the
No.
stuff that's going into the atmosphere, that we're putting all these chemicals and stuff that we're putting into the atmosphere from all these factories, the trucks and all the other stuff that's going on right now. That is not. You don't think that plays a part in harming us in some kind of way?
What plays a part in harming us is the deregulation of those industries.
Okay.
See, when any industry has no regulations or no watchdog agency
Mm-hmm.
that is being true to what its job description is, whenever what happens is the mindset becomes about the cash
Mm-hmm.
and not about the preservation of the people.
But the result could be the same, death.
Huh?
But the result could be the same, death. Of them chemicals, all the stuff that they're doing could actually be killing us, causing all these cancers and causing all the stuff that's going. People getting cancers. That say people that live squeaky clean lives are still coming up with cancer. How are they doing that? If they don't smoke, don't drink, and do all the things that people say contribute to cancer, maybe it's what we have in the atmosphere that we're breathing. Maybe that's a part of what's doing it to these people. But anyway, go ahead, finish your thought, brother.
No, I don't deny that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't deny that at all. What I'm saying is, agencies that's in the business of making money
mm-hmm.
have a tendency, they're not thinking about the people. They think greedy folk don't give a doggone hoot about the people.
I'm glad you cleaned that up.
About making money.
I'm glad you cleaned that up.
That's all they care about
mm-hmm.
is making money.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's
sad.
When you don't have a regulatory commission to, for example, like even with, I'll just use the Keystone Pipeline.
Mm-hmm.
The Indian population, the indigenous population is more connected to Mother Earth than probably any population on this planet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If they tell you that, hey, look, hold on, that's holy ground right there, or this is our land, we don't do things that way. Okay, then the regulatory commission must account for the way these Indians approaching their culture. You can't just destroy their culture and their history because you want to make some money.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, it's all about making some money. Keystone Pipeline ain't about providing no fuel to nobody or providing additional. If it was about that, then why don't you provide it for free?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. Don't tell me that. It ain't. Nah. It has blocked 11 million jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, if it's 11 million jobs that's going to kill 11 billion people, then I support that. Block it. So, the regulatory commissions, when this man first took office, I told y'all, I said, look, the plan is going to be to destroy the infrastructure of America. If you destroy the infrastructure of America, you destroy America. So one of the first things that was done was all of those people that were Senate confirmed that set as regulators and directors, he got rid of them. He put in a bunch of acting directors. Why? Because an acting director is not Senate confirmed, which means that he can fire them at any moment he can fire them and replace them with somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
So this man lifted so many regulations on business, on the businesses that destroy America, such as plastic, steel, gas, that these people just doing, you single-handedly created a bunch of yucca mountains in 5 or 6 different areas in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Regulation and a watchdog agency, a true watchdog agency, is always a good thing.
Exactly.
When you thinking in terms of business.
Good deal. Let me keep this thing going. I want to go right now to Leonard. Leonard, what's on your heart, man? Some of the stuff that's being emitted into our environment, is it a contributing factor to a lot of people getting ill?
Most definitely. There's the data out there for that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of things contributing to illness in the environment. So, my friend of mine who just ran for public service commissioner, it's amazing that this brother, he's dedicated his life to fighting environmental causes and concerns. Brother Daniel Blackman here in Georgia.
Yeah.
So there are always people that have always been doing these types of things, as Badger said. The problem is some people just ain't involved in nothing, so they don't know nothing. Hey, I always tell a lot of people that come in and complain, ain't nobody doing this. No, you don't know nobody doing it. But if you really concerned, you can plug into some group or organization trying to combat those things destroying the environment. That's if you really care. Like I said, you can do things personally, like Rico said, so you don't contribute to that footprint. So there's a lot of different things that we can do. However, you have to have government. Like, say, for instance, one of those big things is the climate agreement. America was on board. We were trying to participate. But then we were starting to, with President Obama's administration. This is one of the focuses of reducing our dependence on oil and to move to cleaner sources of energy. Now think of it. What's the baddest part about cleaner sources? What's so bad about clean energy? The fact that people make so much money off of dirty energy.
Yes, come on.
That's the issue. So if you're really concerned, get involved. Help the people that's trying to fight against it. You have asked questions to your officials running for office, how they feel about it. You can't say you care about the environment and then vote for somebody who pretty much just want to go full speed ahead, drilling everywhere, tearing up the coastline. Yeah, let's drop this pipeline straight through these folks' religious ground areas and properties and things like that, and say, oh, well, let's make the money.
Wow. Toussaint, talk to me.
But there is an effort that you have to get involved with to fight against those things, because right now, money is supporting the government that allows for it.
Exactly. Hold 1 second, Leonard. Donald, what's on your heart, brother?
Yeah, we gotta stuck on stupid. We gotta quit believing that Columbus discovered America. You crazy? That's stupid. It's just that, man. What I mean by it's that type of mentality that people have really begun to believe the first lie. And it's just over. And okay, so here's another way. Let's take for instance voter suppression. The way you're going about it now, you're making it seem like that's not what you're doing. You're stupid. I mean, and you're stuck on it. You just think we're stupid too. And then some people that, oh well, that's not just it. Well, you stuck on stupid. The way we conduct ourselves, and then we're gonna put Jesus' name behind it, like evangelical, and they stuck on stupid. The way we believe stuff that ain't right. It don't make no sense whatsoever.
Absolutely.
And we just say like business as usual. Well, you stuck on stupid.
Wow.
Even with our spreading of righteousness, and we put it put a dollar sign behind it. Well, you stuck on stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You think that you're not going to give an account of what you do. You just do people any kind of way. You stupid too.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Exactly.
so many areas
Mm-hmm.
that we're just stuck. And hey, we're passing it down to our children. And they stuck on stupid.
Mm. Toya with a T, talk to me. This generational stupid.
Yeah, you know
God.
that's another moment. Is that a stuck on stupid moment with technology? We know
Mm-hmm.
the gift and the curse of technology. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think we even want to go backwards. We
Yeah.
understand that the capabilities, and it's even hard to keep up with sometimes, but we still want it, even though
Mm-hmm.
we know the detriment it could potentially cause. So, that stuck on stupid happens in so many ways. And as Donald was talking, I just thought about, is it stuck on stupid or is it God? Because God is in control of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Things that they did in the Bible, don't think they shoulda, coulda, woulda. Why? But there's a
Mm-hmm.
reason for everything. There's 10,000 things. My God got to move around to make certain things happen over here, over here, over here. You understand what I'm saying? And I've kind of got to the point to where I don't even question anything anymore. I first catch myself in the spirit and do my prayers, because can't nobody change a lot of the stuff that's going on but God. And
Exactly.
even in the wicked that do it, just like they did Jesus, right? He prayed for them too. So now you got to figure out, why are these people like this, and what role can I play to do this? And it's like Leonard keeps saying, get involved, get involved. That's how I feel. Standing on the sidelines, saying and talking ain't enough. So yeah, I am getting involved with running in politics.
Mm-hmm.
Despite my background, I don't even
Mm-hmm.
have to make it. I'm finna do this. Yeah, I'm going to run for certain things where not only am I getting involved, but I can hopefully make an impact. And it's not about, I'm cool with rejection. I'm cool with your background, the things you've done. We don't think, I'm cool with that. But it better be constitutionally right, because if it's a right of mine, if it's something God say do, I'm going to get it, because I need to be not only a talker from the sidelines talking about what need to change, but I need to be a leader and be one of an example.
Exactly. Exactly. Rico, coming to you, and Badger Grid, follow up with you, brother. Rico, what's on your heart?
I noticed we were stuck on stupid when Obama won the election, and then come midterms after that, we didn't show back up to vote.
Mm-hmm.
It was just going to be automatic. I knew that we were stuck on stupid when we saw that Trump was gaining momentum to win the Republican nomination, and we still didn't show up to vote.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, that's just one instance, but I'm gonna get back to the corporation. See, the thing is that big money, like what Kurt was saying, big money and profits and capitalism won't allow for us to get stuck or get unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
Making too much money off of it. Like Leonard said, why back away from clean energy when we have climate change? Some people in denial of climate change. They say it's natural. We are not contributing to it at all. We're going to keep putting out these greenhouse gases, and we're going to keep on deregulating with the EPA. I don't know if y'all ever look, but I think I told y'all once before, go back and look up Monsanto Solution, then look up Anderson, Alabama, and see what they did to my hometown. Man, it messed us up down here, man. And the really hidden is when it first came out about how bad they had us messed up with these PCBs, was that you had people that had deformed babies that were swept up under the rug. We already knew the high cases of diabetes, liver disease, heart disease, cancer. We already knew about this, but we were just like, man, why is it so rampant around here? Why? We still didn't put two and two together that these jokers have been contaminating our atmosphere for miles and miles and miles until Johnny Cochran came down. It was lawsuits. It was 3 or 4 lawsuits, and people still wouldn't sign up to go sue Monsanto. But then when Johnny Cochran came to town, people got stuck off stupid. They got unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
And they signed up for the lawsuit because they figured in, well, you know what? It must be true. It took for Johnny Cochran to come to town to get 20,000 people to come sign up. Before then, you probably only have 1,000 people on the lawsuit, 1,000 people on the lawsuit. Man, they ain't studying that. These people was trying to get money for anything. These were the ones that were, hey, I ain't signing up, but when Johnny Cochran come to town, 20,000 people show up. You got
Wow.
20,000 lawsuit. So I mean, it's like society is so stuck on stupid because we have become dependent. We don't know how to grow our own food. We don't raise our own cattle, and we don't even understand the reason why we should. We ask ourselves what caused us to get stuck on stupid. See, if we understood what caused us to get stuck on, what made us say that our vote didn't count? What made us stop voting? Why did we get comfortable? See, we get stuck on stupid because we don't even try to go identify what started these negative behaviors that made us get stuck on stupid. So we can point them out all day long, but if we don't even find out how it got started, we probably won't even find out how to solve it, how to fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Badger, talk to me, brother.
Man, talking about that pipeline. See, there's a lot of things that happen that people don't know about, like the land being taken away from the Zuni for plutonium, I believe it was. How I believe it was in one of the Dakota nations. They were trying to grow hemp to get away from the casinos and everything, and our government came in and burned their crop of hemp to make rope and paper and stuff is what their goal was, to go green. That pipeline that they said was safe has already spilled oil into the river. And is this stuff on CNN, Fox News? Maybe a couple of local ones, but where's the media coverage for that? So all this nonsense, thinking that these my people are on these reservations and they're doing good and everything's all beautiful and awesome because they have these casinos and stuff. Well, the only people that get money from casinos are the ones that go with the politics. The ones that are not for the politics live in homes where there's holes and everything else. So it's very sad to see a lot of these situations and to be aware of these situations and to watch all kinds of stuff. And one of my biggest concerns right now, because of what I learned yesterday, what got me so angry to where I just left yesterday, was not only the regulations of how they're choosing how people vote, but also what they're doing to Black communities now. In the history, they're doing to the Black community what they've done to my people for hundreds of years. And now they're trying to make it just as legal to do it to y'all as they have been doing to us. And I want to make sure that it don't happen again, because right now history is repeating itself and we need to stop it.
Absolutely. Okay, what's your thoughts, sis?
That's a good one. How do you stop history from repeating itself? It's definitely, you can't stop it. It's going to always repeat itself in some shape and fashion or form. My mama told us that as a kid. And now that I'm grown, I understand why she used to say that. And she used to always say, don't come in here with that. That's the same old soup in a different cup. Just done been warmed up again. And I used to be like, what? Now I tell my kids that. Don't come at me. That's the same old soup. My mama dished that up and warmed it up and served it to my brothers and sisters. And now y'all think I'm a servant to y'all. Get on out of here with that. It's just history. That's what history does. It's the world. The big old round world. It ain't square. It ain't triangle. It's round. And it's round for a reason. Because whatever go around, come around. If you've been around once, and Mama always told us, you best to believe it's coming back around again. Some things is never going to change. They may just dress it up. They may undress it. But it's never going to change. It's how you perceive it.
Exactly.
So,
that's good. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. Donna, you there?
Think about before you know that, think about the serenity prayer. What does it tell us?
Give me the strength. Recognize and change the things you can. Toussaint, you there? Rico, talk to me, brother. We got to come back to Donald. You might have stepped away for a second.
Yeah, like I said, man, the urge for profits, the urge to make profits, capitalism and greed. Sometimes we have slight disagreements about capitalism, but that word capitalism can cover a wide area. It's not about making money, but it's about capitalizing off of people that's vulnerable, that can't really afford to lose that money that you're making off of, or hurting people, poisoning people, hating people. And you saying, well, you know what? I don't believe the science. They're saying these chemicals we put off in the air, these unnatural man-made chemicals we put off in the air, created these babies with 3 eyes. I think, what I'm saying, all those PCBs in the ground, or all those plastic bags and plastic bottles in the guts of whales, I don't think they came from my company. I think they just magically ended up in that water. It ain't hurting nothing. I'm going to lose a little bit too much money if I get slowed up in my process of shipping this water that I shouldn't even be selling, y'all. I got to make a off of water too. Oxygen on deck next. And how stupid we're going to buy it. They got oxygen already now. Oxygen bars. You imagine that you want to go get designer oxygen, and you really willing to pay top dollar because those are things for the elites and the up crowd, the in crowd, echelon to participate in. What's the show 2 Chainz got? The richest of expensivest. They selling hamburgers dipped in gold flakes and all kind of stuff like that. Come on, wasteful. Wasteful. When there's people out here in third world countries ain't got water, and you out here making hamburgers that's dipped in 24 karat gold flakes and got people paying to eat that just for the experience because it ain't tricking if you got it. Wow. You just want to keep making more money so you can trick off even more, and you don't care who die and how many animals become extinct in the process. Just give me my profits and let me retain my power. I don't want no clean electricity. Say y'all found out how to make a car go 150 miles off a gallon or a tank of gas. No, let me buy that. We need y'all to get 20 miles to a gallon. We need y'all to keep buying all this gas that's going to get into the atmosphere. Oh, yeah, we got inventions to sort of clean it up. We can clean it up a little bit, but yeah, let's just clean it up a little bit instead of just getting rid of it all together for something better. Because if we lose too much money, my money been too good. My family, my whole legacy is built off Exxon Mobil money, Standard Oil money. You think I'm missing all this power I got? And y'all just keep on participating in it. Don't those windmills bad for you. Don't you listen to that.
Exactly. My thing is, and Public Citizen put something up there. He said talk about stuck on stupid, and he was talking about how Texas and I think Mississippi as well, and several other states are lifting everything up. All the restrictions, they're being lifted right now, Curtis, and they're letting everybody do what they want to do. Curtis, is that stuck on stupid?
That's beyond stuck on stupid. But then again, it goes right back to what we've been talking about, man. I got a saying my daddy told me a long time ago, and I didn't understand it until I got grown. I didn't even understand it as a young adult. I didn't understand it until I fully got grown. My daddy used to say, capitalism without a conscience is corruption, bro. We all capitalists. We all got a willingness to make some money. We all got a willingness to get out here, put food on the table, provide for our families. Even if you took currency out of everything and you just went back to the days of the Nubian people where it was all trade and barter. If I got 50 cows and you got 40 pigs, then, we trade. I give you 10 cows, you might give me 5 pigs. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, even trade and barter is a form of capitalism. Capitalism without a conscience is corruption. It's corruption. It's just like it's like if we all sat around the table and the federal government came in and said to us, okay, look, y'all, all 10 of y'all, I want y'all to come up with a new drug. Come up with a new drug. I want you to design that drug, create that drug, market that drug, package that drug, sell that drug. and price that drug. Okay, so we come up with that. Now, y'all can also go to the street with it. We go to the street with it. Okay, now I want you to investigate yourself. I want you to prosecute yourself. I want you to defend yourself, and I want you to sentence yourself. How many of us would really go to jail?
None.
Capitalism that has no person sitting there saying, hey, by law, we can't do that. Nobody's saying that is against the law. You need to shut down immediately. Blah, blah. Come on, man. Them people going to think about their pockets, man. They're going to think about their pockets. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, you did.
But it's real. Like, you know, and you know, I get it. We all gotta make a living. Obama used to quote, I want to say the guy's name is Maslow, but I could be wrong. But Obama used to say this quote that's well known in psychological settings, that I go the sum of an, Leonard, help me out here. The sum of one part is the equal to the whole part, or something like that. There's this famous quote that basically says, although you may be a piece of the pie, you have to understand that without you, there is no whole pie. You got to understand that you are a part of the pie. So, like, man, just take West Virginia. I'll end it with this. I'll end my thought with this. You take West Virginia. We have allowed for those people to run these coal mines because they got lobbyists who lobby consistently and constantly these folks that's making these laws. We have people who ran these coal mines, on these coal mines, knowing that the coal mines were completely against safety regulations.
Yeah.
Knowing that at any minute, that thing is going to fall down, it's going to kill 40 people, it's going to kill 100 people. Not to mention the constant inhaling and this, that, and the third of the chemicals and this, that, and the third into the body is going to kill you in long term. But yet we still allow for these people to operate without any regulation.
Yeah, exactly.
We allow for these people to jump around the regulation. If the regulation had one word in it that provided a window, they would stand on that one word to justify getting all this money and not giving a doggone hoots about the people.
Good deal.
Now
Good deal.
you got a population of folks that we got to pay for cancer treatment for. So
absolutely,
man,
Dawn, are you back with us? Dawn, are you back with us? Okay, we still don't have Dawn.
Yeah,
okay, Dawn,
multitasking.
Huh?
Multitasking.
Okay, got you. I got you. What's on your heart, brother?
No, I don't know. When you talk about stuck on stupid, we got so many different. I mean, you know, how is it that I think, and maybe Leonard will help. We keep making the same mistakes, or we call it a mistake. Well, I made a mistake, but your mistake is. I got to be careful how I say this because we have to help these young people. You started off as the first mistake, and he's in jail, and you got 2 kids. Then you made another mistake, and he's in jail, and you got 3 kids. Then you made another mistake with this one, and he's beating your brains out. The repetitiveness of stupidness.
Yeah.
And it might not be stupid. We can't, you know what I'm saying? We keep calling being stuck on stupid a mistake. and we're good with it. And with the society that we live in, it's just the whole thing is just
absolutely.
I mean, and then you put a religious or a religious name behind it, and then it gets even worse because sure enough, God ain't that because He's not the author of confusion.
Come on,
you just stupid. I mean, you mean to tell me that you gonna drink the Kool-Aid?
Wow.
And you know it's gonna kill you. And okay, you're gonna take the whole like this one guy. He takes the whole congregation out to the water, and he's gonna outdo Jesus walking on the water and drown himself. Well, all of y'all been following him for years. So y'all stuck on stupid.
Exactly. Leonard, what's on your heart? Toya with the T coming to you next.
You know, it just reminds me of the things I used to work on in different projects or what have you. And, you know, I'm a little different, you know, and I'm a conservative socialist. And it's all about the management of choices, whether those choices are economic or what in any area. It's not so much as you're making a mistake. You're just going after what you desire. The mistake is when you don't know. But what people do is they bank on your behavior. That's why you go into business, because you see a need or you have something to provide to the market or whatever. Now, why somebody decides to do what they do may be a mistake from your perspective, but not a mistake from their perspective. And then the businessman knows how to take both all that behavior and to create income for himself. So everybody's out here in this market choosing what they want. Some people don't care about disease and things. Like, look at the issue with COVID right now. When the facts are out there, people are dead. But folks still rushing out here to go to clubs, hang out, like nothing is going on. That's not a mistake. You don't care. It's a different priority. And see, it's not so much as you go, you know, you get involved with what you don't have anymore is you don't have religion. No one, pretty much people pursue what they want to pursue. There is no ethical reason for some people to do anything right.
Exactly. Let me ask you the question, man. Texas and Mississippi, and they say a couple of other states is actually lifting all the regulations in regards to the mask and COVID and everything. How stuck on stupid is that? And Louisiana. How stuck on stupid is that?
Well, I mean, it's not stupid's not a good word.
Insensitive.
It's not that people don't know. It's not ignorant or anything. It's not a priority.
Is it insensitive?
Money is the priority. Money is what they're worshiping. Money is what they're after. This is why they want you to go. They don't care nothing about your life as long as somebody is alive to spend. They want to do business. So this is why they're opening things up. They don't care. Business is first. Everyone at your own risk. If you see the signs on businesses, the signs on businesses now tell you they're not liable if you come in here and you can't say you caught COVID in my business.
Wow.
So come in here and we recommend that you wear a mask, but do understand that if you come in here and get COVID, we're not responsible for that.
You're just dead.
So it's business. You have some communities who are more concerned, like Rico say. Now everybody's getting more concerned because when a Flint, Michigan pops up, how that happened? Exactly how it happened. This particular political agenda made this possible.
Yeah.
But you didn't go vote.
Wow.
And that's why this happened to Flint, Michigan.
Absolutely. Toya, you want to talk to me, sis?
And yeah, you know, that's it. We hear these stories where we know they're poisoning our air. We know that companies are being sued for the things that they're doing in our communities, and just charging them as if, you know, nothing has never happened. And again, like we say, it's business. And as humans, we have dominion on regulating our business. On, am I cool with just taking a whole bunch of people, not paying them to work for me, and abusing them and using them, and after I get finished building and doing everything, then I set them free and make it complicated? You know, the human trafficker, when he decides that I don't want to work a $15 an hour job, I can just go steal me a baby and sell it for 50 grand real quick. Like, as human beings, we have dominion over the choices and decisions that we make, no matter the color. And because Wicked has chosen to do wickedness by all means, the only other thing that can counteract that is good, willing to do good by all means, and not be challenged by Wicked to say that my force against you is any worse than what you have caused, because I am here to bring a reckoning off of evil. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of these situations, why it's a problem, is because it's Wicked. We're not talking about people doing stuff on stupid, doing good things, and
Yeah,
you
come
know,
on.
giving everybody money and feeding everybody and free healthcare. Oh, what are you doing? That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about things that have actual feasible reactions to people, and it is causing things to go wrong. And if we can manipulate in our heads any one truth, we can manipulate all. So that's the excuse that they can use. It's just business. But when it comes to politics, you don't get the right to be business minded. You are American minded. It is your duty, your diligence, and your oath to take things for me as an American, not as a business. But when we think about it, the only way it can be defeated is to uphold the laws of the business with the will of the good instead of the will of the evil. So we can sit here and say, you know, whatever we choose, but we all understand the difference between right and wrong, and we all have dominion over what we do. We just got to figure out how this is going to go in the end.
Toya, let me ask you: was 45 was it business first or America first?
Well, we already know he was just a dummy all the way around, but that's neither here nor there of the point. Listen, and I feel a kind of way saying this because he said America is so stupid. I could kill somebody on the street and be voted president, and whenever, and then it happened, right? It happened when he said it years ago, and I don't know, maybe it made America as individuals look at ourselves like, you know what? Wait a minute. Stuff like this has been so cute and so normal for so long. We've allowed this to dictate reality, and now we're waking up. You know what I'm saying? Because he virtually said it and did that. So even though he was a businessman, we got to look at this. He was a businessman by manipulation, not by actually running and building successful brands that built legacy. It was by default, by manipulation of the IRS government. That's why they really mad, because he got a lot of that dough by legal terms of the government that they made illegal because he got rich off of it. So it's a whole background story. But no, at the end of the day, he was just a dummy all the way around. Businessman still shouldn't be looked at, but because, you know, he was in the business arena, we have to categorize him as such. If you put a business in your name, even if you don't do nothing with it, you know what you're listed as to the legal government as a number. You're a businessman, so he gets to wear that title. But as far as actually utilizing him as a reputation to precede the presidency, we all know well and good before he got in there that should have been a no-go. However he slipped in there, what we said, Russia's collusion, however he slipped in there, we knew that was a mistake, but he was in there. We got to adhere to our word and let him roll on. And now that he's out, it's more. So, you know, I think it just really gave us a reflection of America on exactly what we're talking about. What do we value? What the things we do say is okay. You know, you started having your daughters to say it's not okay to whistle at her while she's walking across the street because that's how you feel. And things change you. And I think this is just another change to show America we got some more growing up to do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Badger, talk to me, brother.
Mm, you know, one of the things I look into and I research is technology too. And it's interesting that a lot of technology that's being developed for green are in other countries,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not being brought here. They're learning how to harness waves, better ways to harness wind. Um, that's more effective and less maintenance. They're figuring out ways to get water from the sky, like from fog and stuff like that, to get water to certain people out in the desert or in certain mountain ranges, like down in South America and stuff. When you start looking at all those things and then you look at America and you're like, where is all this stuff? Are we ever going to get it? Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So it's scary when you start thinking about that stuff. And, like the people that were actually, words, without getting angry or upset, you got to work really hard at the emotional side of it, because it's so messed up with this day and age of technology and stuff. Like, people's, as solar power started to become more common, people started going off the grid. They didn't need the power companies anymore. So the state of Texas passed a law where that's not allowed anymore. You can't be 100% off the grid. So instead, you get these solar power panels and stuff on your house, and you still have to be hooked up to the power grid.
Yep.
And you know what you're doing when you do that? You're helping give them power for them to charge other people. So they're using the money that you've invested to go green to fill their pockets.
Wow. It's a dirty game, brother.
Well, it's a game that people need to be aware of and be willing to do something about.
Exactly. Rico, talk to me.
You said the key word. People need to be aware of it. And see, the thing is that most people don't look at the real common sense of what this country was founded off of. It was founded off capitalizing off the back of somebody. It was the foundation was completely immoral. They treated other human beings as capital. They profited from the mistreatment of human beings. And then they printed words and constitutions and declarations of independence of men being equal. Like, I mean, just think about how confusing and dysfunctional it is. Really, I ain't gonna say dysfunctional, it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, let's look at this. You know what I'm saying? That foundation created a system, a dysfunction based off of immorality that makes people manipulate freedom of speech, or free domain. But at the same time, try to control you. See, what they're doing, they want to convince you, or they want to force you to be self-dependent and self-reliable by lifting mass mandates. You got to think for yourself, protect yourself, fend for yourself. But at the same time, they don't want us to, because they want to charge you for using solar panels.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here it is. In general society, they drank the Kool-Aid. We are so much addicted to convenience and consuming what we can from this convenience as much and as fast as possible that we complain about not getting minimum wage increases, but we still grow our own food. We complain about not getting minimum wage increases, but we still won't buy our own cattle or invest in our own businesses, even though we ought to go contribute to our own benefit, profits, the same thing that we're doing for this company.
Oh, so Rico,
go ahead.
I got something to say on that one. One of the issues, like here in Texas, that I found out from some of the local farmers and stuff, is a lot of them ended up having to leave the cattle business because prices dropped, and it's hardly bringing in any income whatsoever, even to take care of their animals. So a lot of them had to, and it started back in the Obama stuff, and it just got worse over the years, where a lot of cattle farmers are having to sell their businesses because they can't afford it anymore.
They can't keep up with the corporation, the mass producers. They can't keep up with the Walmarts. They can't keep up with the regular farmers. Can't keep up with the people that's producing the GMOs. I mean,
Pretty much
about GMOs. But you know, let's look at this end of it. We don't want to put too much regulations on people, but we're gonna prohibit alcohol. So we're gonna go Al Capone and all these other people. We're gonna prohibit alcohol until we that we could profit off of it. So now we could profit off of it. At first, we didn't want alcohol because it was immoral.
Yeah,
it was dangerous. But now we can make money off of it. The choice is yours. You can drink all you want to. Well, why not just put nitric acid or C4 on the shelf, and it's our choice to buy it. It's your choice to buy the alcohol, and it's your choice of how much you drink if you go out here and kill somebody. Oh, let's cigarettes. And we put the warning on now.
Yeah.
But it's your choice to poison your own body. And marijuana? No, we're gonna lock y'all niggas up for this. Hey, way to monopolize it. We can't monopolize it. Also, we can find a way to monopolize it because we have scientifically found a way to grow it and make it so strong that you can't grow it naturally yourself unless you have become a specialist. Now we can off of it. Guess what? It's free. Have a good time. Now you can smoke weed, smoke cigarettes, and drink all you want. Even marijuana was the least dangerous of all those. But then, like I said, let's go back to think about how convenient, how much we love this convenience. You know what I'm saying? We don't sacrifice.
Let's talk too about the water system that we have. How safe is the water system that we're drinking?
Exactly. Fluoride, lead. You go from city to city, state to state, and everybody's water tastes different. How? How is that? So I mean, and we convenient, like I said, we buy into it, we participate because we love this convenience. We like going to Walmart and buying groceries that we can, so we don't have to slaughter the pigs in the hogs. So we don't have to go out here and till our garden and harvest the peas this time of the year, harvest the greens and the corn and the okra. We don't want to do all that plan. I ain't got time for that. I need to go get my nails done, open this thing up so I can get my toes done and my hands done. I want to be fabulous.
Exactly. Leonard and Kurt, and then we're going to tour you with a T. Leonard.
I think, you know, when we think about what's going on, it's because when we got distracted for some reason, it became cool not to pay attention to what evil people were doing. And folks turned their backs and left these people who had ideas, had business plans in their head, take control of government for this very purpose. And they have been very successful. This is a corporation. This is how it's run. Everything is capitalized on. And now look at monetization. What that means is what's worth money. You got people now, in order to be a star, they could get lucky off of YouTube and all these types of things. So the balance that we have to reach is where we understand that those basic needs that Kurt was mentioning, access to the basics, we need to worry about securing that. You want an earth 20 years from now that you can breathe the air and don't have to wear a mask. You want clean water. You should. You shouldn't want one person to own the water that you have to drink. You know, there's a lot of common sense things. And Donald talked about it earlier. We have to regulate ourselves. We have to regulate business because some resources are finite and some are infinite. We have to conservatively manage those that run out.
But you know, they look at that negative because they'll put the word censorship on there.
Exactly. And so when you talk about good, you have to really look at, is it really good? Some people will take an extra $3 on their check if they got to kill a species of wildlife that live in their area. You understand how this works? So no one is really can hold this judgment. You have to do the work, and you have to get involved to make the change. The people in other countries have better ways of doing things because they're all on board with getting it done. They value one another more than in the U.S. See, we look down and we look at people as expendable. And so that's how you have this mind frame that don't nothing but that's just where the homeless be at, you know?
Yeah.
Or them just blacks living in poverty. And then you build a highway and you destroy things. We know the tactics. But once we get people in that have the same mind frame, that want to do better, if we can get us about maybe 30 years of Democratic leadership, since they have the better social agenda. That's why I vote Democrat, because they have a better social agenda.
Yeah.
They're concerned about elderly people, sick people, pollution, everything. They are definitely on the side of social marginal benefit.
Wow, that's good.
That's where our focus needs to be.
Exactly. Kurt, Toya, then we're going to Tucson. Kurt?
Yeah, I'm right here. I have to hit the mute button. You know, and I had a train of thought all the way up until you called my name.
When we come back to you, brother.
Yeah, a part of that, you can come back to me right after I say this.
Okay.
A part of that is because of the pharmaceutical industry. I'll explain it when you come back to me.
Good deal. Toya with a T, talk to me.
Yeah, hold on. So listen. At the end of the day,
when a woman start off say, "Listen," she about to tell you something. Go ahead.
Well,
Put it down.
because it's only real, right? It's this huge factor that we keep forgetting, and it's that the strength of humanity, the power of humanity, and the group of humans and what they're deciding to do with their power. You know what I mean? Like, we've taken for granted who we are and just let a specific group of people dictate heinous murderous acts, and for good reason, right? Because we don't want nobody coming chopping up, killing everything up over here, right? And at the end of the day, I don't think they even care about color. I think this is why they think that they're not racist. They don't even care about color, because it could be their own color. If there's something that they want and they want to come take it, they can get it too. It's the wickedness, you know what I'm saying? And because, again, we were that last group of people, we're now in the mix of this change, but we still have to understand that we've been talking about this all day, are the creators and the makers and the carriers of this system. And it's a twofold thing. You can't get mad at the drug dealer and want to murder him because your child accepted the drug then. I mean, you know, that's what we're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? And then if you get mad at the child for accepting the drug and want to disown them or throw them in jail or anything that's heinous, instead of trying to solve or find out a solution for the problem, I don't think that you're directing the right things with your power. And I think this is the part that we get for granted. And this is why this election season showed us how powerful we are when it comes to the vote. But let's not forget about, just because it's on paper, how much longer it can take for these things to matriculate. Because just because it's on paper don't mean they're going to act right away, right? Didn't it take a couple of years before they said we free, but it took a couple of years before everybody, you know what I'm saying? So if we all use our power, get active, get vocal, our dollars, our households, and become united, God has no choice but to bless that, especially if you're coming to uphold good and righteousness. We got to stop letting people use Jesus' name and you want to beat me. And then I'm going to get mad with you because I believe you when you said Jesus and you beat me up my head. Well, I believe in Jesus too, and that's why I'm going to beat you back. And I'm going to be right on in jail calling on Jesus because he ain't going to be the only one telling somebody to hit somebody. If he told you that, then you told me too. And I'm finna hit you back, man. So again, even that mentality, that's something that God himself had to break me away. We go to church and we listen to the pastor, but we don't go to God for ourselves and see what he wants us to do. We go to the pastor and make it seem like the pastor got to tell us everything. And if they're not doing anything right either, then we use it as another excuse. No, what about you? And it's us as individuals that need to make this change, starting with the people that's in position now, or either us who need to go and take those positions and usher this change into existence.
Let me ask you a question, Toya, and I'm going to Donald then Badger. And we
Right.
only
Come back.
okay. I will. We got 8 minutes, so I'm trying to make it as speedy as I can. Everybody, give me your quick versions because I'm going to touch some more people. But Toya, let me ask you this question. Somewhere I saw where it say the body is the temple. Is that not true?
Absolutely.
The body is the temple, right? And a lot of times, and you don't have to comment on this. You ain't got to comment. But a lot of times, if that is the case and the body is the temple and we follow all these pastors, ministers, bishops, apostles, and their bodies look like garbage because they so obese, they're not taking care, they're not taking care of their temple. They're not taking care of their body's the temple and their temple is torn up. Now you want me to follow you when your temple ain't right. But anyway, that's a whole different conversation. Talk to me.
You know what I thought about when you were saying that and when Charlie was talking. Even the disciples were stuck on something. I don't want to call them stupid because of who they are, but hey, it is what it is. So Jesus says, "Be careful of the leaven of the scribes and Sadducees and Pharisees." Okay, they didn't understand it. They thought they were talking about bread. No, you ain't talking about that. I'm finna put this thing in your hand.
Yeah.
So he pulls them off and continues to the conversation. He says, "Who do men say that I, the Son of Man?" And here's what they said. Well, they say you John the Baptist, or Jeremiah, or Isaiah, or one of the prophets, or So what I'm saying is, we believe what other folks say.
Yes.
And take that as value. And that's what we go about. And we're telling the whole world that Jesus is John the Baptist. Well, they cut his head off. That don't make no sense. The message that you have has no value.
Yeah.
It has no merit. And we look at these pastors, preachers, teachers, evangelists, and all these other kind of stuff, laying hand on folks. Well, when have you ever approached coronavirus? You ain't buying that up in the name of Jesus yet.
Come on.
You don't go to nobody's hospital. All these people that's going, you ain't say a word. You didn't even prophesy that it was coming. But we got loads of people.
And closed the church when they got here.
Following. Exactly. So now we on the level playing field. So where do we go from here?
Yeah.
Do we continue to be stuck on stupid, or we do this thing right?
Exactly.
Because the body is the temple. I'm just.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Badger, talk to me.
Ooh.
Badger, we got 5 minutes.
I know, but did you go back to Curtis?
I'm gonna go back to him. I got it. Let me do this. I got you. Okay, go ahead. What's on your...
Just the same old thing, man. I'm some of these conversations we keep going round and round and round, and I disagree. I think we can break that circle. But it's going to take people to actually get up off their tail end to change it. Instead of just accepting what they think is the norm. we continue accepting things as the norm, we're just going to keep following in the same old patterns over and over and over again until we as a human race learn what God wants us to learn.
Mm-hmm.
So, and to me, it's as simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good deal. Kurt, we got 4 minutes, brother.
Yeah. First and foremost, if you all can, you can find it in your spirit today, please pray for my oldest son, Ricky Pabon. He is really going through some health issues, and that thing is attacking the whole entire house, his kids, his wife, as well as himself. He's going in to be tested to make sure it is not cancer. So please, 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 if you all can, say a prayer for him. Most of you all are familiar with him. When you watched my film, Thick as Thieves, the poem that starts at the very beginning of the film called War. The poem is called War. That's my son, Ricky Pabon, Wage Appointed Resource, which ties right into what we're talking about. Wage Appointed Resource. If you all get the chance to listen to this poem, it is so powerful because he breaks down what it is to be poor and what it is to be exploited by those who have more money than you. The two things that came to my mind hearing everybody talk, I heard Toya say something about the drug game, and she's absolutely right. But I want to add to that because filmmakers have been trying to tell us for years that this is not something that the natural man at the natural level or at the poor level has put into his own community. He would have shunned it, he would have sent it away, and or he would have dealt with it accordingly, according to street law, and would have went to jail, fighting against it. But we all must understand that that issue is there. That issue is there because, truth be told, Rico said it earlier, we like to talk about what the problem is, but we don't want to talk about where the problem came from. The issue is there. Filmmakers have been telling us for years that, guess what? They keep putting all these drugs and this bad liquor and all kinds of things into your community to destroy your community. So y'all don't believe me? Go back and watch the movie The Messenger. Go back and watch the movie The Good Shepherd. Go back and watch several films that have come out that realistically utilize public data to prove their point. But lastly, I want to say this, Raheem. America has a problem.
Yes, sir.
It has a problem specifically with its moral compass. That's the biggest problem in America is the moral compass. The moral compass is shot.
Yeah, there is no moral compass.
And I'm going to leave it there. That there's still some. There's still some, because if we didn't have one at all, it wouldn't be people on this phone having this conversation. So there's still some. It's limited to few. But America has a problem with its moral compass, and it has become cool and acceptable to be either self-perpetuatedly ignorant or to be dumb. And I never thought I'd see that day come in America. That's all I got to say, right?
Absolutely. We're going to get out of here. Let me go to K with an E. I need you to do me a favor, and I want you to pray us out. And in the midst of your prayer, include Kurt's son in your prayer as you pray out. Before we get there, Leonard, what's going on at 3:00 today, sir?
If you did not get a chance to hear the show in its entirety, log on to www.dkmmediagroup.com at 3:00 Eastern today.
Now, you know, if you didn't say it right, Cassandra was going to call in and correct you, right? You know, if you ain't say it right, she was going to call in. Okay, good deal. Goddess, will you pray us out? And don't forget, Kurt, what's your son's name again? Ricky?
I don't know who you want to call, do you?
Huh?
You said Goddess?
I mean, Kate, you know what I'm talking about. You know, Goddess ain't with us. Don't you act up on me, K with the E. Now, K with the E, don't you act up.
His name is, he said, Ricky Pabon.
Yes.
Ricardo Pabon.
Ricardo Pabon.
Yes.
Father God, we come to you right now with bow head and humble heart, Father God. Father God, we come to you with thanks, Father God. We thank you for this broadcast. And we thank you for every participant, listeners as well, Father God. Father God, you heard all the prayer requests that you know from the heart, whether we spoke them or not, Father God. But Father God, we asking you to just stand in the gap. We asking you to go in there with Ricardo for bone, Father God. Father God, we asking you to just heal him. Father God, we ask you to let the doctors do what they need to do, Father God. Father God, we ask you to strengthen the family, Father God, his father, Father God. We ask you to just give them all the lifting up they need, Father God. We know that all healing is done by your stripes, Father God, and we come to you, Father God, as a whole, Father God, on one accord, Father God, and we asking you to just send a healing, and not just to Ricardo, Father God, but to all those that's out there that we don't even know of, that's sick and the shut in, Father God. It could be a financial sickness, Father God. Whatever it is, Father God, we just ask you to just heal them all, Father God. We ask all this in your sweet Son, Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen.
Amen. Amen. That's our preacher right there. That's our preacher right there. Go ahead, girl. Amen to you. She ain't gonna say nothing. No, she'll come back at what I say. Like she being nice to me today, y'all.
No, because I used to be such a quiet person. That's just the spirit.
There you go. There you go. Now I can't see you being quiet, but we'll talk about that off air.
Oh, I used to be quiet.
Rico, I saw you laugh, brother. You don't see it either, do you? Yeah, and I know.
Rico crazy. Don't. Rico probably don't see a lot of things. Rico can't see. He's half blind and ain't telling nobody.
she said you had blind, brother. Good Lord.
And see what I'm saying? That's why I know good well she wasn't quiet, man. I ain't saying nothing. She just came in on me.
Ain't nowhere in the world she was quiet, man. Look here. Okay, Miss Quiet. We'll give you that, Miss Quiet. Anyway, listen, it's been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us, and more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK Media Group and the Socials and the Morning Glow to be a part of your morning. It is now 10:03. You're about to exit the Morning Glow, but before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Now we shine some of this light in you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. And do me a favor. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Ain't that a beautiful thing? Y'all have a great day. Love ya.
Bye. Just a little.